There you are. Merry meet. I'm Gory B Movie, and with me today is my very good friend, Steven from Craven Something Scary. And what is it all the time on your channel? Yes, indeed. All right, I am very excited. We're going to hang out and talk about some movies. I know there's one you're very excited for. I know there's one I'm very excited for. And I think we're excited equally probably about everything else. I wore a special shirt just as a little hint. Yeah. So stoked. All right. So this isn't an official like top 10 thing because I know we're going to have a lot of the same picks. So if you pick one and it's later on my list, we're just going to go ahead and talk about it and vice versa. You know, we'll just kind of go back and forth and mention ones that we're really excited about. How's that sound? I'm so excited. And let's see what's going on in our chat. We've got Patrick, who just did an 8 questions with one of the guys from Boba Fett, which I haven't, the book of Boba Fett. I haven't seen that yet, but that looks like it's a pretty good stream. If you didn't see it already, check it out afterwards. We got our girl Katie from Poppin' the Popcorn. Good friend of both of ours. Christopher Fawcett. Mr. Flickster. We got Echo here. Jason Rushman. Brandon.
Hello, darling.
Ooh, we got a new subscriber, Jason Evans. Well, hello. There's like little fancy things that pop up when people subscribe. And there's things that pop up if you do a super chat. And guess what? Today's the first day I have memberships, and I don't have any members. So if you decide you want to do that, go ahead. You don't have to. But if you want to join the B Movie Coven, you can. All right. Back to say hi. Ariel's here. We got I Am the Ice Lord. Sarah Campbell. Some new people here. I think they came along with you. Packed them in your pack and brought them on over. Well, you are all welcome in the Gory Hole. We have such sights to show you. That came off way more menacing than it was meant to. You know what? You are the guest. I'm going to let you go first. They can't hear you? No. I know what it is. I just didn't set it up right. All right. Okay. You should be golden now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
everyone?
They should hear you now just fine. My bad.
That's all right.
Hello, darling.
Right.
Hey, Brandon, the Beldam has become my very first member.
There you go.
Brandon, you are already a member of the B Movie Coven on Patreon. So it's a lot of the same benefits you already got. But now there's special emojis. So yes. Welcome. Yes. You are the very first member of the B Movie Coven here on YouTube. It's a very special thing. You got to witness it, dude. It was very special.
I was here for the very first one. You never forget your first, Gory.
Ooh, who was your first?
You never my first was Eric, the Bearded Entertainment.
It would have been funny if you forgot.
No, I know. It would have been right. I'm like, oh, well, actually. No, it was Eric, the Bearded Entertainment. I'll never forget it. Yeah. And actually, wait, no, take that back. Sorry. He was my first super chat.
Oh.
My first channel member was Lee the Nerd, our good friend Lee the Nerd. So, yeah.
So we never do forget, do we?
No, we really don't. You remember those things. They're like impactful moments.
Yeah,
in your
like
journey.
Your first YouTube friends and stuff, your first collabs. There's a lot of like milestones in this little journey. This little
always. That's right.
That's exciting. For sure. Well, I am so happy to have you here with me today.
Same.
Guys, Steven and I, we tend to ramble. We're gonna try to stay on topic. But you know,
we'll try.
Just enjoy the ride, okay, guys?
We make no promises, though.
We have no promises where we're going to end up, but we're going to have a lot of fun on the way there.
Hello, darling.
100%.
Ooh, Jennifer Armstrong has become a member. We got 2 members.
There we go. Let's get it up
to the B Movie Coven. By the way, this Saturday we're having a B Movie Coven watch party. Watching one of my personal favorites, The Suckling. So stay tuned for news on that.
Wow.
Have you ever seen that movie?
I've not seen that movie.
It is my favorite movie about an aborted fetus that attacks a brothel.
Whoa.
There's not a lot of those.
That's unique. That's a very unique story.
That's a lot of great creature effects, but it's bizarre.
I bet.
It's a fun one to show. Ariel, you are welcome to join anytime you want, but you also don't have to join just by watching the show. You're being really supportive. So
that's right.
And
you know what else you can support the stream too? Smashing that thumbs up button right now.
Thank you.
That right there will help this stream get to more people as we're live, and it helps it in replay mode. So if you're here and you haven't yet done it, you can help right now. Takes less than 2 seconds. Bam! Slice and dice that like button.
Dude, you could do infomercials. You've got like the presence for it, or be a motivational speaker.
Oh, yeah.
I
I've
could
been
see
told
that.
that for a long time. Thank you, Gory. I appreciate that.
I dig it. All right, you gonna have our first pick of what we're gonna talk about.
Okay. Well, I did try to put some type of ranking in.
I
Again, these they can
ranking.
change. Yeah,
It's
just like
messy, messy.
yes, it was harder than I thought too. Um, but I'm going to start us off with a movie that I'm going to say it. I'm going to call it number 10, and it's a little bit controversial because it's
Mhm.
probably not technically really. It's not really horror, but it has ghosts in it, and it's the Ghostbusters Afterlife 2, the sequel in December that's coming out.
I have one. I actually didn't think about that one because I was looking up horror and it didn't come up. I
Yeah.
honestly think it's Ghostbusters Firehouse, right?
I don't know the name. I just know it's the
Oh, it
sequel. I don't know.
is.
I
It
know
is, my
they're back
dude.
in New York City, Gory,
New
like the
York
original.
City.
New York,
You're
get a
old
rope.
enough to get that reference.
Oh, I got it, man. Pace Picante, baby, made in San Antonio,
Yes.
Texas. Get a rope.
All
But
right. This was supposed to show us a poster. Let's see here.
yeah, it's. I love the synopsis though. Heading back to New York, and Dan Aykroyd's back, Ernie Hudson's back, leading some new Ghostbusters, and
And the kids are back, aren't they?
I believe so. The yep.
That's cool.
It's very cool. Very excited about it.
Did you like the last one? I mean, I'm guessing you did.
Oh, I did. I really
Ah, there
enjoyed
we
it,
go. All
and
right.
they got me,
Guess who's
Gory.
back in business?
Oh,
I like
yeah.
that teaser they had at the end there with Ernie Hudson. I'm glad he's finally getting some shine because
I
I've
know.
always really liked Winston, but I feel like he gets pushed to the
Yeah,
background a lot,
I do
which is a
too.
bummer. I've met Ernie Hudson. He is like the sweetest guy ever.
Absolutely. I 100% agree, and I'm just happy that he's gonna have that opportunity to be one of the like you say, one of the lead Ghostbusters this time. And Dan Aykroyd, I hope that Dan Aykroyd's in it a lot. I hope.
I hope
I
so
hope
too.
so.
I hope so too. I'm hoping for Paul Rudd again because he was a big part of what I loved of
Yes.
the last one that came out. He's just so funny. He's so
And from what
charming.
yeah, he is. And what I saw when I was looking up the details about it, he is attached to the film right now. So I think
I'm
he's
looking
back.
at this on Letterbox, which by the way, I'm
Okay.
on Letterbox and I am kind of a stalker on there. So if you follow me, I'm gonna follow you back. I'm gonna look at what you're watching. I'm gonna look at what lists you're making. Be all up in your business. If that sounds appealing, Gory B Movie on Letterbox. This guy's on there too. This guy over here. He's on there too. I love Letterbox. But according to Letterbox, McKenna Grace is back. Finn Wolfhard,
There you go.
Carrie Coon, what was I saying? Paul Rudd, Dan
Hmm.
Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson. And that poster
There you
just
go.
looks amazing. Kind of creepy. I like that. So it's like,
Yes.
back in the city, man. That was the
Yes.
only I think beef I had with the last one is the country setting was a
Yeah.
little weird. But I
Well,
liked the characters.
I did too. And you know what's interesting? Not jumping ahead, but it's just an observation. We've got Evil Dead Rise in this city. We've got Ghostbusters in the city. We've got Scream in New York City.
Yep.
This is the year of
The
city
city.
horror, the cityscape.
Oh,
Yes.
you called it. You called it.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of curious because I just found out there's a Gremlins 3, which is gonna, we'll talk about it now. Gremlins 3 is coming out, at least according to IMDb, in December. I'm not finding a whole lot of
Ah.
details on it, but we have a date. We have a poster.
Oh
I'm gonna
wow.
go grab that. So I mean, it's not much of a poster, but it is a poster. So we've got a
Whoa.
writer, Carl Ellsworth. Yeah, this is supposed
Okay.
to come out. Curse of the Mogwai, Gremlins 3. So the last one was in the city. Maybe this will be in the city. Maybe you have
Interesting.
predicted the
Ooh.
trend of 2023.
I love it. I would love that. And it's different. Something different. And I like them
No,
just
you're not a
branching out.
motivational speaker. You're like one of those spiritual like preachers on TV, but for horror.
I'm I'm a horror I'm a
Hell yeah.
minister of horror.
Night
Yeah.
Minister. Oh my god, that's so cool. I love it.
That's awesome. Oh man.
Ariel did
Yeah.
not like Afterlife, but there's a lot
Oh,
of people
okay.
who did. Rest in peace, Ivan Reitman. Yeah, Brandon, that's a
Yeah.
real bummer.
I
I
know.
noticed that his son, who directed the last one, isn't coming back, and I don't blame him. That's such a family thing. I know a lot of people are upset, and I understand that too because it's scary to
Yeah.
see something you love in new hands. But I mean, if he just lost his dad like that, and his dad was side by side with him in the last one,
Oh,
it's probably really hard.
it's got to be. But I do think he's attached as a writer, though.
Yeah, I think he is
I think
attached
he's
as like a
writing.
producer and stuff. It's just he's not the director.
No, no.
And I think we forget sometimes, it's easy with celebrities to forget that they're just like us, like they have families
Hmm.
and people they care about. And I
Yeah.
don't think it means he's going to be gone for good. He might need some time, guys. He just lost his dad.
Yeah. It's true.
All
Yeah.
right. So what do you think of Gremlins 3?
I love the idea of Gremlins 3. I'm actually very curious. I didn't know about it. So I
Boom!
you
Dropping
dropped the
movies on
news.
ya.
You did. I just watched Gremlins 2 weeks ago, Christmas week, the original again.
Yeah, I did
And
1 and
man, it
2.
was oh, I didn't see. I should have went and watched two. I was on a watch party. We watched not Scream. We watched Gremlins 1, and it was so fun to see that movie again. It'd been years, like
That's such a
20,
classic.
30
We did
years.
you know how we do fight nights on this channel. We did a fight night
Uh-huh.
to find out what was the best Christmas horror movie, and Gremlins won. So whichever one
Oh,
won, we talked about, and then we did the sequel. Because why the heck not?
yeah, why not? Absolutely.
Pretty awesome. Hey,
Love it.
Ben Grimm's here, and the horror collector fiend,
Hey.
and Katie's excited for Gremlins. So we don't know a whole lot about this one. I know there's also a Secrets of the Mogwai, like animated cartoon that's coming out this year. So Gremlins is kind of coming back in a big way. I
Mhm.
really hope it's good because it's been way too long, 1990 since the last Gremlins. And I think with so many things getting a reboot like Ghostbusters and Scream and things just kind of coming back,
Yeah.
uh why not? We've got really great technology. Long as those Gremlins aren't CGI, I'm happy.
That's the thing though, right? I'm worried about how much CGI they're gonna slip in on us. Because that first one, when we watched that first one again, it was so great. All those practical effects, the puppeteering, just it was beautiful. I loved every bit of it. And so I just hope that whoever's on board to like direct this and be on charge of the creative, I hope they stick with the spirit of the original.
I hope so. I know Howie Mandel, who does the voice of Gizmo, he is so game to return. I know Zach Galligan is really
Hmm.
excited. I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really hope they kind of do what they do with Chucky. I mean, even like with the TV show, they've always kept Chucky animatronic. They use CGI for things that are really hard to do, like once to make him walk downstairs because it's really hard with an
Mm.
expensive animatronic, or they'll do it to cover up the cords. I guess like when you are in a scene with Chucky, there's like four guys in green screen suits,
Wow.
underneath there making every little thing
Wow.
happen. So, to make things a little bit easier, if they want to use it to cover up wires and stuff, that's cool. Like the first one,
Yeah.
Gizmo couldn't even walk. That's why he's in a backpack. And Zach Galligan had to have the wires running down his pants.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, he said he had a hard time imagining Gizmo as a real character just because he had his wires literally down his pants. So
Dang.
he hated Gizmo. He hated him.
Yeah.
But I guess
Oh.
Gizmo broke down a lot too.
Oh, I bet. I bet that's one
So,
thing about those things. I'm
ah,
sure there was a lot of people, having to repair things a lot, moving
Gizmo's a
parts, and
diva.
it gets us
Yeah, they
so
would be
great.
like, oh, like he would like you'd hear a click and a pop, and then be like, yeah, it's gonna be about 12 hours while Gizmo gets fixed.
Oh
You
man.
watch there's a really funny special feature on Gremlins 2, and they're talking about a lot of this, but they're talking about him like being an actual diva. And then they go to him and they give him his coffee, and he's like, I said cappuccino, and throws it at him. So cute. I love Gizmo. All right, my dear
Oh.
friend, your pick. Like I said, it's really no rhyme or reason. We're just gonna take turns. You know.
Okay,
Now it's your
sure.
turn. It's like racquetball.
All right. Well, going on my list here at number 9, I have and it barely kind of made the list, but I'm like, I have to see this from curiosity. It's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
I saw a film by the same people. They did Killing Tree.
Oh,
Did you see
okay.
that?
I did not. No.
The Killing Tree, it's about a a guy who dies and his girlfriend brings him back and he possesses a Christmas tree, ornaments and all, and kills people and like kills them with
Whoa.
tinsel and some really bad CGI moves.
Whoa. My brain is like
It's a
melting
lot.
right
It's a
now. That's
lot.
that's crazy. The
It wasn't
Killing
very
Tree.
good. It
Yeah.
sounds more the problem is it sounds more fun than it is. It should have
Yes.
been really fun, and there are some parts of it that are really, like, so bad it's good fun. But, yeah, honestly, it took itself way too seriously. So hopefully
Oh,
I hope
yeah.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey doesn't take itself that seriously. It's got a lot of people who, are really interested in it, and it's got a
Mhm.
theatrical release, which is incredible considering this is really low budget.
Exactly. It
Yeah, I don't
is.
know. I mean, like the mean one they did that with too, and I heard the mean one wasn't good, but I didn't see it.
I didn't
It
either.
didn't come to
Nope.
my city.
Wow. I mean, I imagine it's gonna be on video really quick.
I think
I'm
so,
sure.
but
Yeah.
I'm excited for just the idea of a horror version of it. There's so many things that I think would be really cool to get horror
Yeah.
versions of. There's a book I read, and it's a collection of stories. I wish I could remember the author for you, but it's called The Merry Spinster. And the author, she takes tons of like kids' stories, like The Velveteen Rabbit, and makes them horror. And so it just made me think like those would be
Ah.
great movies, you know? Some things like The
Wow.
Little Mermaid and stuff were already pretty horrific.
Right?
Hmm.
I mean, some of those there's some of those shows and things like especially some of the Disney stuff. Some
Yeah.
very dark themes.
A lot of them come from like Grimm's fairy tales, where it's just like if you read the actual story, like you're gonna have
Yeah.
nightmares.
Yeah.
So yeah, why not?
Absolutely.
I mean, I think there's a. I mean, even Winnie the Pooh. I grew up in England. My mom's a big Winnie the Pooh fan. You go to the London Zoo, they actually have because Pooh was a real bear at the zoo.
Okay.
Um, and so you can see the statue if you go to the London Zoo of the real Winnie the Pooh. And then I guess A. Milne's son named his toy after that bear. And he also had all these other
Ah.
toys, and that's where the books came from. But
Okay.
from what I understand, like they dressed him up as a girl and they put some psychological scars on this poor kid.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much of all of that is like true, but like there's some weird stuff in their family. So
Oh
I
my
think even the
gosh.
most cherished childhood memories have a layer of darkness. And the darkness is what makes them interesting.
It's yeah. Yeah, and some of that stuff, you don't even think about when you're going as a kid. When you get older, you look back at things and say, "Oh, wow. That was not what I exactly as I remember it
We
or,
just
thought it
rewatched,
was."
well, I saw it for the first time, but we watched Plague Dogs. It's the other movie by the people who did Watership Down, and it's so bleak. It's about these
Mm.
dogs that get experimented on in a
Oh.
lab and they get away. And then from there, it's basically Thelma and Louise. Things just escalate and
Oh my
escalate and escalate.
gosh.
And you're just like, it's not going to end well for these poor dogs, is it? No.
Yeah.
I asked
Oh.
Danny, I said, there's going to be a happy ending, right? And he's like, well, all dogs go to heaven. It's a rough day.
Dang.
He loves
What
it
a
though.
what a response, man.
He said he loves it because it was the first kid movie he saw that he felt didn't lie to him. That was honest.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think it's too much honesty for me. Check in with the
Yeah.
chat. We got, hey, my Chucky Jordy from the other side of the pond. This is a special treat.
Hey, what's up,
Nice. Hey,
Gina?
we got Destination Station, a good friend of both of ours. My friend,
Yeah.
Given Up, Jordan is here, hitting my second stream this year. Awesome. So cool.
Nice.
Awesome to see you guys.
Very
Wow, that's
cool.
special. Uh-oh, where'd you go?
Yes. I'm here. Give me a second.
No. Okay, well, it's
Okay.
my pick.
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead. I'm here.
So far, you're surprising me with your picks.
Ooh.
See, I've got more than 10. So I figure before
Okay.
we get to the big ones, I'll do some honorable mentions because
Okay.
and it's not because I'm not excited. There's a few I don't know if we're gonna get for sure,
Mm.
but
I
I
know one of
think
them,
we
and
are.
I know one of
Maybe you
them.
want to talk about those really quick? I mean, we're just going by the seat of our pants.
I mean, yeah. Well, I think I know one of them because it's one that
What's
you've
one of you?
talked
What's the
about.
one you think of?
Well, and I may be butchering the name here, but it's Back to the Future meets Scream, Bandit or something.
Time cut. I
Time
actually
cut.
didn't put that on my list because I'm not getting any updates on it. That was I
Mm-mm.
think my most anticipated of last year.
It
So
was.
upset that it didn't come out.
No.
And now there's no date, there's no nothing.
Mm,
So I'm not
okay.
sure what is going on with that one at all. Which is a
Not a good
bummer.
sign. Yeah. That's
Real
a
big
shame.
bummer.
What a great idea, premise,
Yeah, Back to the Future meets Scream. Like, take
Mhm.
my money. And they have a full cast. And I think it's something to do with like some kind of acquisition or something. Hopefully they
Ah,
work it out. A lot of people have it on their 2023 list. I'm seeing on Letterbox.
okay.
I hope we get it.
Man, I
But
hope
I didn't even put
so.
that one on there just because it's like, oh, you hurt me once before.
Yeah, not gonna fall for it a second time.
We won't be fooled again.
Mhm.
You get all my old timey references.
I love it.
It's
It's
so
so
nice
good.
getting to be old folks together.
Isn't it great?
I
I'm
love
telling
it.
you, man. You
We're
know,
90s
all these
teens.
yeah, man, all these young whippersnappers,
I know.
they can't relate. They don't understand.
They don't get it, man. They don't
Nope.
get it. So let's talk about a couple other ones we don't have dates for. Like kind of just get
Sure.
them off our plate.
Okay.
So another one I'm really excited for, but there's no date, is this thing. I had it, but you know what? Because some of them don't have the thing on the top. I gotcha. I see what's going on there. Maxine. So we got
Oh,
two
yeah.
movies from Ty West last year. It was quite the treat. Quite the treat indeed.
Yes.
But we have no date on Maxine, which is the third part of this trilogy. I think we're gonna get it this year. That's why I haven't bought X or Pearl on Blu-ray because I know they're gonna do like a whole box set. Like you're not gonna
Mhm.
trick me. Too clever for you. But Maxine, dude, it's gonna be set in the 80s. It's gonna have something to do with video stores.
Yes.
And Maxine's an interesting character. Like we gotta explore Pearl, but there was a whole bunch of revelations about Maxine at the end of X, about where she came
Mhm.
from and her father.
Yes.
I'm curious to see where that goes.
Yes, I am too. It's very intriguing. And while we're talking about it, I will go ahead and mention that this one is on my top 10 list. So I had this one all the way at number three.
See, if I have it a for sure date, I
Hmm.
would. I'd probably have it
Yep.
way high on the list. I'm just
Yep.
I got burned, man. I got
I
burned.
understand. I understand. Trust me, I do. And it could be the spring or summer of next year before it comes out. So I probably should have put it in this category yours is in versus like for sure 2023. But I'm
It's
just holding
fine.
out hope. I'm holding out hope.
We're kind of willy-nilly what we're doing here.
Yeah, we are.
Like what was that game from back in the 80s, the Woolly Bully? He had mustaches and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh my
That's what this
gosh.
stream is.
Yes. Hey,
Craziness.
it's craziness. We're just going with the flow. And listen, with Maxine, Mia Goff. I mean, do I need to say anyone?
She needs an
I need
Academy Award.
seriously. She
She
needs
earned
to be
it.
awarded something. She really does. Yeah, phenomenal, phenomenal.
I'm really worried. I mean, I don't have a lot of faith in the Oscars. I don't watch the Oscars. We do the
No,
Oscars the night of the
yes, you
Oscars
do.
because screw the Oscars. But
Agreed.
she deserves to get nominated for Best Actress. And if she doesn't, it's just once again proving that the Oscars are really out of touch
Yeah.
and have no idea what they're doing.
Yep. 100%. It's a shame. There's such performances like hers, and then, you've got even Sosie Bacon, her in
She was
Smile.
great in Smile, yeah.
Right, phenomenal acting in that film. and they'll never even get a sniff of like an
And
Oscar. And
it's so hard because I think
it's a shame.
scaring somebody, acting scared of anything that's not there, and also like
Right.
telling a joke are some of the hardest things an actor can
Hmm.
do. And those are the things that get passed over the most.
Yep.
It's just a bummer.
It's a bummer. And it's just a shame. I don't see it changing anytime soon because it's so integrated into the system now of how it's
Ariel's
been.
really upset that they're making like Disney characters into horror things.
Yeah.
Ariel, it
Yeah.
it probably won't be good. I'm gonna be honest with you. And you know
No.
what's the awesome thing about the world is you can just choose not to see it. That's
Right.
how I did when they tried to do a Child's Play remake. I was like, yeah, I don't accept that. I am not going to give it my money. I'm
Hmm.
going to let the studios know that this is not something I want. I didn't go see it. I did eventually watch it on streaming. So I was pretty sure they wouldn't get my money. But yeah, just don't go see it.
Yeah. That's right. We do have power as consumers to say no and not open the wallet. And
That's
you
how
know,
you vote.
it really is. And that's why when there are good horror films, and if you have a franchise that you really like, you need to go support it, even if the movie's not as great as you wish it would be. Like for Scream or for Saw and all these Evil Dead and any of these franchises that have history, Halloween. Listen, just go and support it because if you ever want a chance for another one to do better, you've got to be able to show you're going to show up for it.
And
And
it goes for a lot of other things too. An
yeah,
independent film that has nothing to do with any
hmm,
franchise. If you're one of those people who's like, oh, nothing original comes out, go put your money to that. Even
exactly.
if you're like, there's some movies last year that I was surprised came out of theaters, like Men and stuff, which wasn't for me,
Hmm.
but you
Right.
put your money towards it because you're gonna get more weird, creative stuff like that. I'm still sad that Final Girls they didn't release at the cinemas because they didn't think men would be interested in a mother-daughter horror movie, and they didn't think women would want to see a horror movie, period. I mean, the money
Yeah.
people, the producers, they don't know what we want unless we spend our money.
No, that's right.
So it's a
And I can
bummer,
tell
but
you, based on if I looked nowhere else than my own YouTube channel, as I call my speck of sand on this beach of YouTube. If I look at just my own demographics, I can tell you that women do like horror.
you do indeed.
There's no doubt the analytics don't
It's like a
lie,
human
right?
thing.
Yeah. I mean, seriously. I
Well,
mean,
I think it's insulting to men too with the whole Final Girls thing because they
right.
told them
Yeah.
you have two choices. If you want to keep
Hmm.
the R rating and the blood and gore, you need to change it to like a romantic relationship because no guy
Yeah.
wants to see a mother daughter thing going on. Like they just don't care. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, so basically you're saying that all men are sociopaths. Got it.
Nice
Don't
to
think that's
know.
true.
No. No, but it's and that's a sad thing too. It comes down to when it's at least when in terms of like major studios, not necessarily the independent ones, art house stuff, but like the real, the Spyglass, the Blumhouse, these things. A lot of these decisions are made by business executives.
Exactly.
They're not creative people in terms of like creative types, right? That's not their gifting. They're great business people, great lawyers, all that, but they are making decisions that should be made by people that are into the creative side, that understand the fan base, understand the history. Most of these people, and not all, but a lot of them, are business executives that are sitting in an office, corporate USA in their studio buildings, making decisions that affect everyone else without even being in touch with them, with what's going on. And
And you know that
that's the
from just
sad
studying
part.
the Scream series, like the with the
Hmm.
Weinstein, well, and the Halloween series, the Weinsteins meddled. There's
Absolutely.
so many stories of
Oh
this could have been
gosh.
really good, but the Weinsteins. And I'm not
Right.
even talking about the disgusting stories with the Weinsteins.
Right.
I'm talking about just what
No,
they've
no.
done as
Yeah.
producers to movies, doing a horrible job.
Yeah.
But yeah, it
I mean,
happens a lot. I just finished reading a really great book by Dustin McNeil called Reign of Chucky. It's the whole behind the stories of all the Chucky films.
I've
And
heard of
even
it.
with that, the deal when they got signed on to Universal with Child's Play 2 was that they had pretty much their own sandbox to play in. But when Seed of Chucky didn't do well, they were like, yeah, we're just not going to give you a whole lot of money. And even then, It got its best ratings ever, direct to video, and they still didn't give him a chance with Cult of
Wow.
Chucky. It's like, what is wrong with you?
Mhm.
There's a scene at the end of Cult of Chucky that's got Kyle showing up. She flew from California all the way to Winnipeg, was waiting all day in 40 below weather. And they're
Mm.
like, yeah, we're running out of time. We just need to cut her scene. He's like, Don Mancini was like, are you insane? Do you have any idea how
Wow.
excited the fans will be just to see her again? And he's like, you
Mhm.
guys just don't get it.
They don't.
But luckily,
They
there are
don't.
creative types who push for those things. And he's like,
They
nope.
are.
He's like, she's waiting outside that door. We're doing
Yeah.
the same.
Man, good for them. Seriously, good for them. Because I mean, when you know it's bad when you've got people on. And I know this was a few years back now, but it's I guarantee you, not a lot's changed. When you have the Weinsteins that are Wes Craven has spent almost a year filming a werewolf movie, Cursed, and they come in and it's like, yeah, we don't like it. We want you to recast three of the main characters and tweak the script and restart over from scratch.
They with
They
so
did
many of his
that.
films, like he said with Scream 4, he didn't feel like it was his movie anymore. Like the
Yeah.
man's a genius. Trust
Yep.
him. And I feel
Hmm.
like we're missing out. Like I was happy Deadly Friend got a Scream Factory release, but I still want to see the Wes Craven cut, which is basically a
Oh,
different movie.
yes, it is. They wanted to make it more focused on help me out. What's the word I'm looking for? Not love story, right? Or maybe more
They
of like
wanted it to
a
be kind of a tease of like a
kind of a
love story
yes,
where
more
it
romantic.
wasn't the original version of it was more scientific. They wanted it less
It
sci-fi,
was.
which was pretty heavy
Right.
sci-fi because it's based on a book and Wes
Uh-huh.
Craven kept it pretty good. But they also wanted a lot of schlocky horror stuff. Like one of the
Right.
cheesier scenes is at the end when Phoebe for no reason rips out of Christy Swanson's face.
Right. I know. Like,
I mean,
what
some of their
happened?
changes I like the
Yeah.
basketball. I'm not gonna
The
lie, I love
basketball's awesome.
it.
I'll give him that for sure.
So bravo for that, because that's just a gem.
And we still need to do a watch party, by the way, for that
We
movie.
do, we do.
I have
We have
not
so
done it
many
yet.
things we need to do. We're
I
gonna hang out
know.
so much this year.
We
You're gonna
are.
get so
That's our
tired of me.
no, no, no. No, you'll get tired of me.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the way, we're doing this again on Saturday over on his channel. Most
Yes.
anticipated 2023. So definitely check that out over on Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time, and sometimes
That's
I'm
right.
there too.
That's right. And you will be on Saturday. I can't wait. When we're gonna look at our pick our favorite and least favorite movies of 2022.
I'm
So
excited.
looking back on the year, ooh, I can't wait to see the list you come up with for your favorites and least favorite horrors.
I
It's gonna
just did
be
streams of
awesome.
these, but you know what? I'm gonna surprise you. I might change it up.
Ooh.
Might change
Change
it
it
up.
up for me
You never
then.
know.
Change it up.
Ben wants to know. I want to see the Oscars. What's the website? That's actually the biggest show Danny and I do all year round, and it gets bigger every year. Every year, we're like, we're not gonna top this next year. But like this last year, we had Joe Bob Briggs on there. We had Dead
Mhm.
Meat on there. We had Craven Something Scary on there.
That's right.
We change up the hosts and stuff every year, but it's by far our most watched show. It's over on Horror Addicts. So youtube.com/horror addicts TV. It's I guess our family channel.
Mhm.
I don't know. My husband runs it. I'm on there a lot, and sometimes our demonic son is. So there's that.
Nice.
Just a little more of us.
That's right.
Okay. Uh Another one. Dun 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 dun
Ta-da.
dun. Can you think of any others that you don't know if they have a release date that you want to talk about?
Oh, no,
I
those
got
were the only
one.
ones. Okay.
And it's kind of special because it's
Okay.
like a fellow YouTuber. So
Ooh.
Chris Stuckman, and you're
Chris
familiar with him,
Stugman.
right? Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes,
I'm a
yes.
big fan of him. I watch a
Mhm.
lot of his videos, and for as long as I've watched him, he's been talking about, I want to make a movie. I want to make a movie.
Yep.
And you're just like, yeah, I hope that works out for you. But you're also making videos all the time. I don't know how you're going to do that. But he did it. He did. And he's been really passionate about Shelby Oaks, which, he's directing. I believe he wrote it. He's worked really hard on it, and he's critiqued movies for over a decade now, and he doesn't want
Yes.
it to be cheap. And he launched the biggest Kickstarter to fund a movie of all time. And what I really respect is when he did that too. One of the rewards is he was showing people behind the scenes of how it gets made because he's like, I wanted to make a movie for so long, and I'm being really transparent about how I'm managing to accomplish this.
Mhm.
So I'm just really excited because I know how passionate he is about this. And I really respect like a lot of the changes he's made on his channels. Like he used to kind of grade stuff, and now he recommends stuff. And if he doesn't have something nice to say about it, he doesn't talk about it. Which I mean,
Yeah.
it's fun to trash on movies. I'm not saying anybody is in the wrong for doing that, but it is I think hard when you get up to like his level and you're
Mhm.
making a movie. People are just like, well, let's see you do better, and now he's actually
Mhm.
trying to. So
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I do have another one as you were talking that popped into my head, and this is an independent film. It's not going to be in necessarily in theaters, but it is a Halloween fan film, and it's titled "The Shape of Halloween," and
Oh, a
it's
friend made that.
yes, it's written and directed by our friend, great friend of the channel, Brett James Bishop.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that when I did my whole Halloween thing, but he was like really busy. But I'm
Yes,
excited.
he's
Like last year, I was really excited for Red Right Hand.
that's
This
right.
year, I'm excited for his.
Me too. It's so awesome.
Isn't it kind of funny? So last year we got Red Right Hand when all the Halloween stuff was like really big, and now we're
Mhm.
getting Halloween, like his Halloween movie, kind of when Scream is just really taken off. So
Yeah.
it's like a little
Yes.
dollop of Scream in the midst of the Halloween, and vice versa.
It's a great little symphony of franchises intermingling. And the cool thing is, I chatted with him yesterday on about it, and he's the trailer. The first full trailer is coming out Monday. The target is Monday the 16th of this month, and he's going to be premiering it live on my channel, world premiere first on the 14th on my live stream at 9:30. He's coming
Wow, I'll
on.
watch that for sure.
Oh yeah, it's going to be there first, and then everyone else can see it on the 16th
That's
on his channel.
exciting.
So it's very
I will
cool.
definitely be there in the chat. By the way, we
Great.
need to give your chat some kind of really inappropriate name like mine.
We'll have to think
Eventually.
about that. Eventually, yeah, we'll think
One
about that
day. One day we'll
one
corrupt
day.
our chat.
That's awesome.
Well,
But
kind of. I mean,
yeah,
there's the cult of Craven. So
there is. It's the cult of Craven. It'd be fun to
it's not
play
as
off.
wildly inappropriate as the gory hole. But
No, the gory hole is money. That's the gold standard. You nailed it on that one,
I didn't
Corey.
come up with it. People in the chat did. And I was just like,
Oh
yeah.
wow, that's
I was
awesome.
actually on Count Jacula's show, and they call themselves the Slut Pit. And they're like, well, we need one for gories. And so they came up with it. I'm like, yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
So I take no
stuck.
credit for that. All right, I've got all of my they don't have dates ones out of the way. I didn't know this was going to
Okay,
be a musical, but here it
we'll sing along.
is. We get weird, guys. When Craven and I hang out, it gets weird.
If
By
it
the way,
gets
good
after
night,
midnight,
Chucky
ooh.
Jordy. I will see you on the replay.
Good night. Take care, Gina.
Alrighty. So what's your next pick?
Okay, so next up for me on my list at number 8 is now this. Let me just tell you, this filmmaker is either on or off. He's one of those kind of guys, and some of them are really good. Some of them are just you can
I
just.
know what it is.
It's called. Let's see if you get it right. Knock at the Cabin. M Night Shyamalan. Yeah,
I can't wait.
I
I
can't
can't
either.
wait. I am so excited.
February 3rd.
You're
It's
right. With him, it's either a masterpiece,
yes,
like a Sixth Sense, or just
exactly.
really freaking good, like
Hmm.
Unbreakable or The Visit,
The Visit.
or
Yep.
it's just like the
Oh.
old, where it's like I
Oh.
enjoyed myself, but I was
Right.
pretty convinced aliens made that movie. It's like
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau levels of enjoyment.
Yeah. That ending was so anticlimactic. I'm like, "Are you serious right now?" I was so yeah, all just I was like, it had so much potential. But that's the problem, like, his movies, like, they're either, "Wow, look at that. That was amazing," or it's so much potential.
What
So
I will
much
say
potential.
about M. Night that I really respect is he got really tired of playing the studio game, so he funds
Hmm.
his movies entirely. His
He
daughter is
does.
also one of the people who works with him a lot, so
Hmm.
I do respect that you're getting
Sure.
his unfiltered vision,
True.
and it will succeed or fail on his name.
That's right. And the premise is great. I mean, you're in this remote cabin and you have, this girl and her parents are there and these four armed strangers come up and like it's an apocalyptic event to avoid the apocalypse. They have to, make some kind of difficult choice or something. It's a mystery what they're going to do. And I'm like, what an awesome idea. So I just hope it hits you between the eyes, man. I want it to punch hard.
I feel like, the movie The Menu really made me think a lot about, like, especially M. Night, how, if you saw that movie, the chef in that
I
is
haven't
so
seen it. No.
basically there's a chef who's like Gordon Ramsay. He's gotten as hard as far as he can get, but he's love of doing what he does is gone because everyone expects like it to be like a big wow thing, and he just wants to make good food for people who enjoy it instead of people who are there for the experience.
Got
He
you.
just wants someone to like bite into something and be like, wow, that's really good, when half the people he cooks for can't even remember what they ate. And it hurts him. That's his
Mm,
art. And
true.
I feel like people have kind of done that with M. Night. That they expect a big twist, and it's just like, let the man create.
Hmm.
He always takes the big swing.
Right.
Sometimes it might go completely off to left field, but there are some times where he hits it out of the park.
Yeah,
And he's
that's
only going to
true.
do that if you let him create.
Yeah. Well, to your point, he's got his own freedom now. Like, in other words, no one can, like, he can't be a situation like the Weinsteins where you're like, well, if the Weinsteins hadn't done this, now we could have seen he he's it's either like you say, he succeeds or fails on his own 100% at this point. And as long as it's a good story, I mean, that's the standard. I just want a good story and good
I
execution. That's
agree.
all.
I'm
And
excited. I think it's so far it looks good. I do like Dave
mhm,
Batista. I
yeah.
like that the center of this they've got LGBTQ plus couple and their adopted daughter. It is co-produced with China, which the last time we saw that was the Meg. So I am a little nervous about
Ah,
that part of it, just because
uh-oh.
China is very adamant about getting what they want in a movie. So hopefully they don't
Hmm.
have too many fingers in it.
China Steens.
I mean, nothing against it, like I used to teach in China. It's just a lot of times movies will be changed around in order
Yeah.
to appeal to the market over there because it's one of the biggest movie markets in the world, and it
Yep.
just becomes
True.
another kind of producer thing when you're trying to please
Yep.
overseas communities.
That's true.
So, I mean, there's a lot of great movies from China, but they're not these big budget ones that are coming in
Yeah.
where they're manipulating them. So,
That's right.
it's the money
Uh,
people that make me nervous in any country.
absolutely. It is. I mean, there's the ones that cause the problems. It's not usually the other
Yes.
people. It's the money bag holders. And it's
So
like,
I think it being produced with China is just kind of a money thing. So long as
yeah.
M. Night sticks to his guns and does what he wants to do, you know.
And if he'll just follow his sixth sense to make a
Oh,
good
so what you did there?
movie,
Then he could be unbreakable.
see, he could totally be
I see the
unbreakable.
signs.
I hey, you know what? Good movies never get old. So,
Oh,
can I say?
this is why I like to have you here for a visit, man. We can go all day.
Oh gosh, oh yeah.
Hey,
We
we
can
got
get
Vale in the chat. Hey,
What's up, Vale?
awesome. Yeah, a lot
All
of people
right.
in the chat were not a big fan of old. I know Brandon wasn't really into it. Giving up.
Yeah.
Jordan, really great channel there, by the way. Especially if you guys like unboxings. One of the first people I started
Mm.
watching on YouTube. Yeah, Jordan really liked The Menu. I thought The Menu was great. It was one of my favorites. But you and I will talk about more about that later on
Yes.
on your best and worst of. All right,
Oh
so
yes.
the knock at the cabin. That was on my list at
Okay.
8, which I've kind of lost track of my numbers.
That's okay. Well, that was my number 8 too.
So yeah, we both had it at number 8. I
Yeah.
guess I'll backtrack a little bit because I covered a lot of honorably mentioned ones because I didn't know the
Mhm.
date. So here's another one that was actually on my last year list. And I was really upset that we didn't get it. I know this
Okay.
one was like a rights type thing. But Dark Harvest by David Slade. I was so excited to see this. The movie
Mm.
is done, but there was some kind of issue, and basically it got pushed back. But they are saying
Okay.
we're getting it this year. We just don't have an exact date yet. This is based
Ah.
on a book, and it sounds really cool. Have you heard of this one?
No, I'm actually looking it up right now because I've not heard of this one.
Yeah, this one sounds really cool. I hope we get a trailer or something. But
Oh.
basically, these people live in this really isolated town. You do not leave this town. You born and you die in this town. And then they have a kind of a game that's played on Halloween,
Mhm.
like a harvest festival, and all the boys get to go hunt this like pumpkin headed creature. And
Okay.
if they kill it, then apparently they get to leave. And that's like
Ah.
unheard of. So that's what they try to do, but they don't really know the actual truths of what's going on. They're just
Uh-oh.
kind of like enticed by the idea of getting to actually go. So
Yep.
there's a lot more to it, but yeah, it's
Mhm.
really cool and creepy. And the creature, like you can kind of see the creature on the book cover there. That's actually the book cover. But yeah, the ritual they have is called the run. So it's like one of those ones where there's like a big contest type thing, but
Mhm.
it's really messed up, like the Running Man or something. But it's got little bits of like
Oh.
pumpkin head and stuff in it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at
So
that
I
thing.
mean, depending on how the effects and stuff look and how they did the
Yeah.
production design, could be really something special. The
Yeah.
book was really, really great.
I will definitely be interested in this. This is a new one for me. I hadn't heard of it,
Yeah,
but
check it out. You can
yeah.
find more on Letterbox and like Luke Kirby's in it. Yeah, Elizabeth Reeser. A lot of pretty big names are in it. So I don't know. I have good feelings about it. It just seemed I can't remember what the whole issue was with it getting pushed back, but it got pushed back. I just hope we get to have it this year. Don't let me down.
Yeah, I gotta see it was supposed to originally been released in September,
Yeah, it was
and,
supposed to be.
dang. Yeah.
But yeah, this could be something really cool and special, especially if they go like practical with it. I really am hoping for the best.
Yes. Let's see here. Yeah, yeah, I'm looking at I can't find anything new either, but this is something I definitely wanna keep an eye on because that sounds fun.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
original. And see, that's the thing, guys. When this comes out, even if this isn't something you're like, well, like on the fence about, put your
Mhm.
money towards it because then, even if this one's
Yeah.
not a hit for you, it tells the studios that you want to see more original, creative things like this. And they'll make more of those. And maybe the next one will be a hit for you. So,
Yes.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I think it sounds really exciting and really different. All right, my dude, it is your pick.
Alright, okay, this one is I think looks awesome and based on a true story, and this one is called and I'm gonna say the YouTube friendly way to say this, so we don't get your stream shut down.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is White Powder
I'm
Sugar
actually
Bear.
doing I'm you know what? I've heard from 3C and stuff, like not I don't know him personally. From watching his show that he's gotten videos taken down for that. I'm actually working on a real versus real on this, which the real life story, if you know it, it's pretty short. But they're
Okay.
weirdly enough, what I do with real versus real when it ends up being just kind of a bust and there's not actually a lot there is I try to find similar stories, and there actually are more than one instance of wild animals ingesting powdered sugar.
Wow, that's nuts, and well, and I heard that, like, when last I looked into it, the real life bear apparently ingested the stuff and died, like, in 5 hours later,
Yeah,
something like that,
sadly. People there
sadly.
was a lot of powdered sugar that was dropped in the woods, and when they
Yes.
were investigating it, they found this poor bear that had ingested it. So it makes me sad. I like to think that this movie is like the bear's revenge.
I
Like
think it is.
the bear
It
gets
looks like
to
it.
live beyond the grave. I'm excited to see it. This looks really, really fun.
It looks so fun. Looks like you're gonna laugh as much as like, the kills are gonna be over the top and funny and, it's I like that they're making it a lighthearted, if you will, horror comedy type movie,
I
and
talk a lot on this show how I guess my least favorite horror genre, which it's hard to say because honestly I love all horror. So saying there's a least favorite, it's like but I still love it. Don't take it away.
Yeah,
Um, but
yeah.
I get a little protective of nature attacks movies because they can do
Mhm.
damage to actual real animals. Like when there's a movie about killer tarantulas, or
Oh, yeah.
Jaws. Jaws did so much damage to real life sharks. Even fairy
Mhm.
tales have done that. Wolves were nearly extinct because of fairy tales. Makes me really sad. So I
Yeah.
prefer when there's a nature attacks movie like this, that
Mhm.
there is a reason why a normal animal is acting strange. The
Mhm.
bear's high on cocaine. Hell, I'd kill a bunch of people probably on cocaine. So, like, I like this. You've got a great premise right there. Like, have fun with
Right.
it. This was something that
Yeah,
was done to this bear. So,
exactly.
have fun with it,
It's
bear.
go for it. Yeah, it's actually, based on reality. I mean, that's what, based on the amount that apparently this bear ingested. Yeah, you're. I can't imagine. I mean, yeah, all I know is his heart must have been racing like
Oh,
1,000 beats a minute because,
poor bear.
but it's going to turn into a rampage for us, a fun rampage, and I'm
I'm excited
excited.
for the bear to get its own because, like, that's just
Right?
that's something humans did. This is our fault.
It's true.
So, something like that should never come across a bear. So, if a bear happens to, and the bear wants to, and I guess from the trailer, the bear is also like seeking out people who smell like powdered sugar.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Like, there's a
Well,
scene in the trailer where there's a little girl and it's going after the little girl or little boy up a tree. And then there's a guy who smells like powdered sugar on another tree. And the bear's like, and it goes right over to that one. But the effects and stuff just look over the top. It almost looks
they
like a
do.
Nicolas Cage movie, only instead of Nicolas Cage, we have a bear high on
Yes.
powdered sugar.
Bingo. That's all it's missing is Nicolas Cage.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
it. That's perfect. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Because we've kind of lost our numbers here, but I know which one I'm going to talk about next. But I am excited
Okay.
about this one also because Elizabeth Banks is directing, and I think she's a
Yep.
wonderfully awesome actress. I think she's a really great creative, and I'm
Mhm.
excited to see her just, taking another hand at directing. And a lot of people didn't really care for Charlie's Angels. I thought it was all right. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
keep giving cool creative people opportunities.
That's right. Yeah, and she's a great actor, great actor, and right now she's back in the director's chair. So yeah, let's go. I'm actually really excited about it. I think I'm looking forward to a fun, over the top movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a real versus real on here, which is where we talk about the real story versus the one. I don't know if I'm gonna call it powdered sugar, but I might just take a chance. We'll see. It'll be fun. Stay tuned. That's coming soon.
Yeah, nice.
I know what I'm talking about next. I'm just hopping around willy nilly because this is actually my number 6,
Okay.
but it's fine because my number 7 we already talked about, which was Gremlins. So, you know,
Oh yeah.
seat in my
Hey,
pants.
that's right. We're both at number 6 now. See, it all works together, doesn't it? It all comes together perfectly.
Ah, I should make 2 of these. Okay, for the future, when I use this
Uh-huh.
letterbox thing, I will know that. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna move this around so we can see this awesome poster. Oh wait, it's up. It's up. You're just like, Gory, what the hell?
I'm always
Dun,
entertained.
dun, 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 dun. Anticipation! So, not only does this movie have the same name as my lovely pet spider Renfield, but it stars Nicolas Cage.
There you go.
I am so excited to see this. I don't know a whole lot about it. I've been kind of not intentionally not looking too much into it because I think it's just gonna be really fun. It's like I'm already sold, you know.
Mhm. Yep.
But
Exactly.
Nicolas Cage is Renfield, who is, as we know, the bug-eating assistant, I guess you could call it, to Dracula, who in this is played by Nicholas Holt, who is wonderful in The Menu. He's wonderful as Beast in X-Men. He's wonderful in Warm Bodies. He's such a chameleon. So he's going to be like kind of a sexy Dracula. And then Renfield is just going to
Mm.
be Nicolas Cage being crazy, like Vampire's Kiss, only he's confirmed some kind of oogity boogity and not just a crazy guy this time. Aquafina's in it, and I love Aquafina. This looks like it's going to be so funny.
Yep. Absolutely. I I mean, it's Nicolas Cage, man. Come on. It's gonna be great. Why not? I don't know much about it as far as like I haven't seen a whole lot about it other than just a couple of still shots, promotional stills, which I mean, Nicolas Cage looks phenomenal in the makeup and stuff. Um, and but I don't know a whole lot about the plot of the
The
story.
plot is essentially, I guess, I'm looking at it now. Dracula and Renfield have just been alive for a very long time. They're in a rut. There's not a whole lot of new experiences in their life. And then Renfield sees a traffic cop played by Aquafina, and he's just all about that. Yeah, now he's got this new lease on life because he's gonna get the girl. So
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
think it sounds like it could be really fun and goofy and kind of a horror romantic comedy. Like, take your spouse, take your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
Go buy it
Yeah.
yourself. Because why not? Self love is love too.
That's true. And that's coming out in April too.
I know, dude. Oh, I'm so
Hmm.
excited. It's going to be the best. The
Yeah.
best. I'm thinking about sneaking my spider in to see it if she's still alive. Jumping spiders live about a year. I'm hoping
Oh.
she can hang in there to go see this movie. She's not going to give a shit about this movie. I'll let her stay home. She's just going to be like, what the hell, giant kaiju, are you doing to me now? No, it's fine. I'll leave her alone.
I
Ooh,
wonder
in
if it's
other
is it
news, though, in July, I'm
yeah.
going to a reptile expo and I'm going to buy a tarantula.
Oh, whoa, man. Oh.
I can't wait. I want to get a Brazilian black.
Oh.
They're like the Labrador retrievers of the tarantula world. They're so sweet and gentle.
Oh my gosh. Girl, I applaud you. I applaud you. I couldn't do it. I
I
couldn't
get
do
it.
it.
I used to be deathly afraid of spiders too.
Yeah.
I did. But I don't know. Keeping them as pets, you just realize like how just they have zero interest in anything that we do. Like they can't eat
Yeah.
us, so they're just kind of like, okay. Like they just want to eat bugs for us and make our lives better. They're just great. They're just great and wonderful and so cute.
Aw. Spider mommy. That's all right. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
Alrighty. Pale Blue Eye. I haven't heard of that one. Have you heard about
Mm-mm,
that one? On
I have
Netflix. I'll
not.
check that out, Ariel. Still looking for Pig. Pig was really good. Nicolas Cage should have gotten an Oscar for that.
Really? I never saw that movie. I saw the trailer,
I
but
think they marketed it poorly. They kind of marketed it
yeah.
like a John Wick kind of thing, and it's really not about that. So I think some
Uh-huh.
people didn't really get it. It also didn't get a very big wide release, but
Yeah.
essentially this man who again is a chef, um, he cooked, worked for like, a lot of the upper class people, the foodie types who don't really care
Mhm.
about the food. And he got sick
Yes.
of it. His wife died and he just didn't care. And so he goes out into the woods and he has a truffle pig and it's his best friend. And uh someone steals the truffle pig because they think that's his secret. He admits later on he doesn't even need the pig to get truffles. He knows where to find them. He just loves this pig.
Mm.
And it's kind of like John Wick where he was in a lot of like mob like activity when he was at
Okay.
the top. And so he's using all of those connections and he's willing to die to get this pig back because it's the only thing he cares about.
Wow.
And so
Okay.
you think it's going to be like a John Wick thing, but it really isn't. And it ends up being a much more in depth character study. And his performance, like, seriously, is heartbreaking. It is so heartbreaking.
Wow.
I think probably his best performance of his career.
Really? Oh man.
He's so good. So
Whoa.
good.
Okay.
And I'm not a big crier. Danny's not a big crier, but we were, clutching the tissues on that one.
I
But yeah,
didn't
don't expect
good
like
to
a John
know.
Wick thing because it does not.
Okay.
It's an introspective ending,
I
you know,
see.
because I mean, honestly,
Wow.
it's kind of like it's more honest. If you lost something or something was taken from you,
Mhm.
getting revenge isn't going to make it feel better.
No.
You're
It's
still
not.
going to have that really big void.
That's right.
So it's kind of, I guess, a more introspective version of, I guess, John Wick. But it's really good.
Wow.
Really, really, really good. Okay.
All right.
Nicolas Cage and Mandy was also very good, Mr. Flickster. All right. I'm done singing the praises of the great Nicolas Cages. Nicolas Cage and his soul windows. All right, your pick.
Love it. All right. For me, number 6 coming out, I'm very excited with its 6,500 liters of fake blood used in this movie. It is Evil Dead
All right, I'm gonna
Rise.
tell you right now, that was my number one pick. That is my number one
Oh,
pick.
oh. Well,
I am so excited for this. I
then
am
you start us
you
off.
about stew levels of excited for this. I am hopping up and down in my seat, so excited for this. I watched the trailer by myself today, and I was like jumping up and down, like literally out of my seat, like excited. My son was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Evil Dead trailer, we're good."
I haven't seen it yet. I've been holding off to watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I know. I need to watch it tonight before I go to bed. I have to.
You could
I
watch it
should.
now.
I know. I should. We could do a live watch if we
We
wanted to.
could. I mean, like, if we
Yeah.
sync it up. But
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this. I know Lee Cronin is really passionate about this. Bruce Campbell says it is the scariest Evil Dead yet. And this did so
Mm.
well in like early screenings and stuff. It was going to go straight to streaming.
HBO
And
Max. That's right.
now here it is getting a theatrical release, which considering all the cuts HBO Max has made, that's pretty phenomenal. It's our first time Evil Dead is out of the cabin. And I think
Yep.
they've shown that Evil Dead, we all love Ash, but Evil Dead
Mm-hmm.
isn't just about Ash.
Yep.
It's, there are other characters. It's like a multi-dimensional thing. I know a lot of people are just
Mm-hmm.
upset that he's not in it. I'm like, the last one was great. I mean, if you were nervous, I could see you be nervous with the last one, but they've already shown us they can give us a great Evil Dead film. And he is
Mm-hmm.
so involved with it that
Yep.
I trust him.
Yep.
I also think let the man retire. He's given us a lot of great entertainment. Let him
That's
enjoy
true.
his life the way he wants to enjoy it. He doesn't have to dance
Yes.
for us like a monkey.
Right.
He's a great actor, and he's given us a lot.
He has, and if he wasn't attached to this, I would be maybe a little more nervous, a little more cautious. But the fact that he does have a say and he is, involved his hands in this production to some degree makes me feel better. And I'm just excited. I
Yeah,
mean, the
him and
thought
Raimi
of,
are both producers,
yeah, both
and
of them.
he's really
Yeah,
excited about it. So,
that's right.
I mean, it would be entirely different if, like whenever they talk about Buffy remake, everybody involved with Buffy is like, "Oh, no. That
Yeah,
sounds like a
right.
horrible idea." And so
Yeah.
that makes me as somebody who's a fan of Buffy go, "Okay, well then no." Or like when they did the Chucky
Hmm.
reboot, how everybody was like, "Not my Chucky," who's involved in this, and you could tell that they were nervous about the future of the franchise and stuff, depending on how that movie did. But this is something
True.
that they're creating. They're just behind the camera this time. So I
Yeah,
think that's really exciting.
I do too.
So this one, if you guys haven't heard, it's these two sisters. The trailer gives us some stuff I'm a little excited about because it looks like they have been in those woods. Like maybe when they were children.
Ah,
One
okay.
of the sisters has three children. She's like a single mom living in a high rise apartment, which is giving me Demons 2 vibes, like the Italian
Hmm.
film. And one of the kids, I guess, reads the Necronomicon. Never read the Latin, guys. Don't read it. Okay. I
Don't
know what
do
the
it.
shirt says. Just don't read the Latin. Don't read it out loud, especially. That's just the worst idea ever. And of course, Deadites happen. The mom gets possessed, and I'm sure a lot of other people will be too. Because when you get one Deadite, it's like
Oh yeah.
then you get a whole bunch of Deadites. It's like ants.
And
This you want Deadites because this is how you get Deadites.
imagine them all running crazy through an LA apartment building. I mean, just on different
Ugh.
floors all
All
over the
right, you've got
place.
headphones on, so here's what I think we should do.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even ask the chat because I know they're gonna be on board. Everyone in the chat too. Cue up the Evil Dead Rise trailer. I just
Okay.
want to get a reaction from him live. He's gonna be so excited, guys. His little
Okay.
face is gonna sparkle like a child on Christmas morning. Don't you guys want to see that?
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Let
I
me
cannot wait.
pull this up here. Rise
In the
trailer.
arms of a Craven. Away from
Okay,
here.
here we go. I'm on the official Warner Brothers YouTube channel. Let
Okay.
me.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, we're gonna cue it up
Okay.
together. I've only seen it once. Okay, I'm gonna
Oh.
behave and just be calm, like a mature adult, while you enjoy your trailer. And I'll try not to be too weird about watching you, because that could be weird.
Oh my God, you're good. No, you're up. You go right
Oh, the
ahead.
red band. Get the red band.
Yeah, I've got the red band is what I have for
Okay, the
Evil
one
Dead
I have
Rise.
is 2 minutes and 39 seconds.
Mine's 238. Is that Warner Brothers
I've got the
Pictures?
one from Warner Brothers Pictures.
Okay, Evil Dead. Yeah, we should have the same one. Evil Dead Rise official trailer, Red Band.
Yeah,
11
that's the
hours
same one.
ago. Okay.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up because that's what you do when you like stuff on YouTube, guys. All right. You know, the world of a
Uh-huh.
creator, like you think we're probably all very extroverted. Almost everybody I know who's a creator on YouTube is horribly introverted. And then there's like, I wonder if anyone liked that right afterwards. So, yes, if you enjoy what you see, give it a thumbs up. And even if you don't, giving it
Absolutely.
a thumbs down at least gives them the interaction.
That's right. Get that engagement. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Mine,
Okay,
I'm at
Brandon,
0.
get that trailer up.
Get
Everybody,
it
get
up.
that trailer up. We're gonna watch
Get
this
it up.
together. It's gonna be like a gory hole moment.
I
All
love
right,
this.
stirring that gory hole up, getting us all sloshed around together.
Oh.
This is what I'm all about, guys. The love, and the gory hole. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. You want to count us in?
One. Okay, on three. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Got it. All right. Here we go. At
What's happening?
3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, here we go. Oh,
See, there's some history there.
oh,
Oh,
oh, oh, wow.
hair and
Dude.
nails and teeth. Those are things, and eyes. Those are things you just feel.
Yes.
The Necronomicon looks great.
There it is.
Great coffee table book. Oh, no, that ain't natural. That ain't how you stand on a counter.
Mm-mm. Oh, no. Nope, nope, nope.
That's like me before my makeup in the morning. Damn!
Oh,
Eyeballs!
oh no.
Dead-eyed swirly camera movement! Ah, the violence is just so, like, visceral. Ah! Look
Oh,
at those effects, man!
oh,
Look at that!
oh, dude. Oh, heck no.
And that looks good too. Not like some of the
Oh,
possession-y movies we've seen. Like it looks good. Like the effects.
dude, yeah.
April 21st. So,
Wow.
oh my god, I'm so
That
excited.
was
I'm so
amazing.
excited.
Whoa.
Uh Jordan
Wow.
loves the new look of the Necronomicon. That was fun, yeah. I think it's going to be like a
Yeah.
roller coaster. And that's the thing with Evil Dead, they have never done anything less than amazing. Like not
Yeah.
even okay.
True.
They have never done anything less than amazing.
Very
Evil
consistent.
Dead 2, I would say, is even better than the first one. I love
Hmm.
Army of Darkness. Then
Yeah.
they did
Yeah.
a TV series, which was phenomenal. Then they
Hmm.
did a reboot without Bruce Campbell. And that's when I was like, I don't know, guys. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is really good. This is so true to the spirit of the original. And see, that's what I think a remake should do. A remake
Yep.
should make you feel the same fear and intensity or whatever. I watch horror movies, so I'm going to go with fear and intensity, but those same
Yeah.
emotions that original audience got when they saw it for the first
Yes.
time. And unfortunately,
Hmm.
as technologies change and stuff, newer audiences can look at a classic like The Evil Dead and maybe they don't get it. But the remake should be like, oh, now I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love the
Yes.
original. I think the original is still very scary. But if
Yep.
that's not effective for you anymore, the remake
Right.
is amazing. And I think this is going to be
Yeah.
so good.
Definitely. It's making it for the age that we live in. The technology, the effects are just, man,
Well,
they
and the
looked
thing
really
too is
solid.
fears change. The original came out in
Right.
1981, same year
Yep.
I did.
Mhm.
And the things people are afraid of in the 80s are different than what people are
Yeah.
afraid of now. There are some universal truths that I think never really change. We're always afraid for our children. We're afraid of things
Yep.
happening to our bodies. But the things that happen in our cultures and stuff change a lot. And so,
Yep.
that's an opportunity for a new movie to do something different. They did that with the last one with using like her whole sobering up drugs thing. And her friends were,
Mhm.
they were super woke and they're like, yeah, we're going to stand up to her and stuff. And normally, that's entirely the right thing to do. Not a Deadeye situation.
No.
They were really
No.
smart. If that girl
Yeah.
was withdrawing, they would have saved her life. Just
Yep.
doesn't work in a Deadeye
Just
situation.
wasn't the issue at hand.
Yes. So I'm excited.
Yeah,
And
that
so much
kid's
blood.
yeah, 6,500 liters
I
on the
love the
movie.
blood. I mean, they don't call me Gory B Movie for nothing. So,
Mhm.
actually, I haven't told anybody this outside of Danny, but I've been as you make videos and stuff, and especially with a new year, you kind of reevaluate what it is you want to do. By the way, I haven't asked you how long you can hang out.
Oh, I can go for a little while longer.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry if we're
No,
taking
you're
too
good.
long.
No.
But I usually did all the gory details reviews, which is like when I go super in depth on like really obscure movies.
Mhm.
But then I feel like people don't see them. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna do a lot more shorter reviews on some of the more obscure ones that I just want people to see. And I'm
Okay.
gonna do those in-depth reviews on the big ones. Like
There
I
you
want to do
go.
the whole Scream franchise this year, and I want to do the whole Evil Dead franchise. So I don't know.
Nice.
What do you think?
I think that's a great plan because you don't want to spend all those minutes, or not minutes, all those hours on a long minute video of a title that some people will either never listen to or they'll stop 5 minutes in.
That's the other
And
thing too. I think some people just with ones they've never heard of, they just want to know if they should see it. But
right.
like I did, I worked for like 3 months on that Grizzly 2 one, and nobody
Hmm.
was interested.
Yeah, it's frustrating because you're right. You know when we make videos, we don't have now some people might, but I know Gory doesn't, and myself and a few other people that I can vouch for because I know them pretty well. There's not a part of us where we turn on like the diet Gory version or the diet Craven. In other words, like, oh, I'm gonna do it just half blank, half, you know what I mean, like
Because we love
halfway
talking about this
because
stuff.
we
So
love it,
and we
right?
want
There's
to, we love these movies, and we want to share that. And
yeah,
you can't just do anything
no.
less than your best.
There's a standard, right? There's a standard in that. So it's like sometimes, my wife has asked me in the past when she's because I'll sit her and like 5 6 hours on this video and edit just in editing, and she's like, people probably don't even really pay attention to that. They're just wanting to hear what you have to say. I was like, well, you know what? You may be right. You may be right, but I want to make this as if is what I would want to watch myself.
That's what I do. And that's
Yes.
a long time ago. I used to do a lot of different kinds of videos too. And when I made
Hmm.
my own channel, Spin Out from Horror Addicts, I was like, what do I like to watch? That's what I'm going to make. And I love
Yeah.
exhaustive videos full of trivia and stuff. Like that stuff is
Hmm.
just kind of my bread and butter. I love cheesy humor. So that's what I do.
Absolutely. You do it great. And
Thank you.
and you're growing. Your channel is reflecting that people enjoy exactly what you're doing. So you've got it down right. At this point, you've got it. But I think you're right in terms of making choices like, what do you want to invest the most of your time on? Maybe is the ones that people are more looking for and more the bigger franchises, because that way you'll get more eyeballs on your
Well,
work
and here's the other
as
thing.
well.
When I originally set out to do it, I was really intimidated. And there's still some movies
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to do in all the gory details on, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know how many books there are in that movie alone? I have all the special Blu-rays and stuff, but I don't know if I could cover, because when I say all the gory details, I'm gonna give you all the gory details.
Hmm.
But then when I
Yep.
researched some of these, like Halloween, I was like, it's not that much. I could do this. Or Exorcist. I recently read a book on The Exorcist and watched all those. I could do Chucky. So I was like, I could do this. And I don't have to do everyone either. If one seems
Right.
a little too big.
Well, The Exorcist might be a good one because David Gordon Green, is starting to work on the new trilogy
Yep.
with Blumhouse.
That's on my list too.
So, something to keep on your radar. Look, time it up once it gets closer when the marketing
In
starts
October.
in October. That's when you want to do that because then everyone is aware of it. Your casual movie going fans are seeing trailers about it
Yeah, I just got
and you
this
can jump
book,
in.
Exorcist Out
Mm,
of the Shadows by Bob McCabe, which I couldn't even get a Kindle version of this. I got the paperback book, and
yeah.
I recently rewatched them all. So I think it would be fun to do that.
Yeah. I
So are
could
you
see that.
excited about the new Exorcist?
Uh, you know, I'm not really, to be honest with you. I'm really not. You know, the original is a true masterpiece in what it did and when it came out and all those things. But I don't. Possession horror is probably among the
I'm
very
not into
least.
it.
It's one of the least favorite of my. I don't really never got into that much. So I generally don't even watch possession horror movies. I've never seen The
I think
Conjurings.
a
I've never
lot of
seen
them
any of
kind of
that stuff.
hash the same thing out over and over again. We haven't had
Right.
a really original one in a long time.
Hmm.
But The Exorcist, I think, like, is the like it's like creature features in Jaws. It's like this is the possession movie, you know?
Right. Yeah, it is like the gold standard. Well, and kind of like Halloween, was the gold standard for slashers. And David Gordon Green did that trilogy, and I think he hit. Not to turn this into a Halloween stream, but he hit really well on his first one, 18. And I thought Kills was I really enjoyed Kills. A lot of people don't. I was the one that does. I am one that does. And Ends, I thought was a big miss,
I
but
loved Ends.
I mean, Ends was great if it wasn't the concluding chapter of a trilogy. If that movie had just been released as a new Halloween movie, like starting fresh or an anthology, I think it would be amazing. And I ranked it like a 7 out of 10 if it was a standalone. I gave it a pretty good rating. I dropped it down to 5 out of 10 because it's not that. It's actually is closing up a trilogy. But I don't know how David Gordon Green is going to do with The
I
Exorcist.
kind of see it like a lot of people wanted the big climax, and I feel like because they're looking at the traditional trilogy, like your Lord of the Rings, how they typically go. You got the climax in Halloween Kills. This is the epilogue. What happens now? Like, are they safe if Michael Myers is gone? No, they're not, because Michael is just a vessel for this thing. This evil in Haddonfield that infects people will always go on. They're never going to be safe. Nobody's ever really safe because it could happen in any small town. So I thought it was a really cool epilogue, and I liked it. They swung the fences, and like I said, when you swing for the fences, a lot of times it's gonna miss for people. It was a
Right.
hit for me. So I
Yeah,
do
that's
like that
great.
even though they have tons of money and influence, David Gordon Green was largely allowed to tell the story he wanted to tell.
Yep.
And I hope that they do that with The Exorcist and do something original instead of just playing it safe.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I mean, that's so for me, the biggest question is the David Gordon Green factor. I see that. I mean, I don't know how will he handle a supernatural possession horror movie. We've seen what he did with the slasher, so now we're going to see what he does with the supernatural possession.
I think it'll be
I don't know.
interesting.
It's
They
definitely
got Ellen
interesting.
Burstyn back,
I know. That's like what?
and she's incredible.
Listen, if you can get her back, Robert. I mean, Jason Blum can get Robert England back for Nightmare.
I think
Let's
so.
do
I
it.
mean,
Let's do
I'm
it.
surprised Linda Blair is not involved, but it's a trilogy, so
Yeah,
maybe she's planned to.
maybe.
Um, but yeah, I'm excited that she's back. Also, the thing is with the Exorcist trilogy, it's like your levels of expectation change. Like my expectations of a Scream movie are different than my expectations of an Exorcist movie. Love the first one. I think the third one's really good, but the
Yeah.
rest of them aren't good. I'm
Hmm.
sorry. The
Yeah.
whole mess with Dominion part, the part 4 one that was released twice, it's just such a mess. I
Oh,
mean, it's not terrible, but it's a mess. And
yeah.
the Heretic, What the I have no words.
Uh, uh,
So,
I
I
yeah,
mean, the bar is pretty low.
yeah. Well, and that's good though. I mean, that's if you go in with that expectation where, you're really not expecting much more than or much of anything, I should say, then you have a chance to really enjoy the movie.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect 'cause they've done such
Yeah.
different things with all of the sequels. And I know David
Mhm.
Gordon Green is one of those, people who likes to think outside the box and not give us what's expected.
Yep.
I also will say the Exorcist TV show with Gina Davis was pretty good. So I think they can do something interesting with this.
I've heard that. I've heard a lot of people say the TV show is like so underrated. But again, I don't watch those things. I
Yeah,
don't know, but I have heard that
it's
the TV
good.
show was really good. I've heard people
So
talk
was the
about it.
Omen one, but a lot of people didn't watch them again. Not to keep toting the Chucky horn, but that's why it's incredible that Chucky continues to just exceed expectations every time it goes to a new platform where most things go to die. Chucky is a
Right.
TV show now, and it's doing better than ever.
Yeah.
The reign of Chucky. Woo
I
woo.
know you're loving it. I
I
know you're
love
loving it.
Chucky so much.
I
All right,
still
my
got to
friend,
watch them.
your pick.
Okay, so I've got four more on my
I've
list.
got. Let me see. I got a couple honorable mentions, and
Okay.
then four more.
Okay, great. All right. So for me on my list, it was number five is Infinity Pool with Mia Goth. And
Tell
it's
me about
coming
this
out.
infinity pool.
Yes, it's coming out the end of the month on the 27th.
What?
So the synopsis is that it's
Brandon Cronenberg.
yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
Brody and Mallrats. Like, who made this movie without telling me about it? What the
Uh-huh, I know.
frick?
I know. It's not one it's really under the radar. I don't hear anybody talking about this movie. And it's basically the synopsis is guided by a seductive and mysterious woman, a couple on vacation venture outside the resort grounds and find themselves in a culture with violence, hedonism, and horror. And then a tragic accident happens, something happens, it leaves them facing zero tolerance policy for crime, and either you're executed or if you're rich enough to afford it, you can watch yourself die instead. That's the weird. It looks
That's
weird.
weird.
It looks trippy.
And
Uh
the Skarsgård's in it. They got Alexander.
Skarsgård, yes, Skarsgård in it. Mia Goth. Telling you, it looks interesting, intriguing, and if you watch the trailer for it, it's even some of the imagery in
I
the
have to check it
trailer stuff
out.
gets flipped upside down. It's very
Adding this to my watch list.
yes. I think it's going to be a wild movie, and
Wow, that sounds kind of
I'm
cool. It's
just
got kind of like Purge kind of vibes.
maybe, yeah, kinda. The trailer is unique as well, the way they do it. It's if you haven't seen the trailer, guys, you should watch the trailer for Infinity Pool. Heck, we could watch it right now.
Zoe just got off seeing Megan. Ah!
Oh, nice.
Ah! I want to see Megan so bad. Should we watch the trailer?
Let's watch the Infinity Pool trailer. Let
Are you
me
sure you're not too tired? I'm worried I'm gonna like put you to
No.
sleep.
No, not at all.
Okay, you're good.
Um,
All
Let me
right,
pull it up here.
ready?
It's
I'm just doing the one on Letterbox.
oh, I'm on YouTube looking it
All
up.
right, I'm
Okay,
gonna
hold
check it
on.
out on YouTube then, so that we can be like the same.
Yeah,
Because we're like hard siblings. We
we
like to do everything the
are.
same.
Okay,
Okay,
here we go.
Infinity
I got
Pool
it on.
trailer.
I wish I could send you a link in the. Oh, I don't think
All
I
right, I've
can.
got one by Neon, which is the studio, the official.
I see. I got one. Mine's for Elevation Pictures.
Okay, I see that one.
Um, you see
Yep,
that one?
I got it.
They're one of the companies also. It's 2 minutes and 11 seconds. I got
Yep.
it at zero.
All right. Ah,
Um, all right. So you want to count us in, and we'll
you count it in this time.
okay. I want to go three, two, one, go. I'll go
Okay.
that way.
Okay.
Okay. Um, all right. So here we go for Infinity Pool. Three, two, one, go.
Here we
Ooh.
go.
See, that's turning upside down already.
Yeah. Hey, is that Zoe Kravitz?
Ooh, maybe. There she is.
And there's the Skarsgård.
Yes.
Uh-oh. No!
Oh.
Oh, no!
Oh, shoot.
Leave our Skarsgårds alone. Can't kill a Skarsgård. That's like killing a unicorn.
Man.
Ooh. Yeah. Giggity. What the
Oh.
frick?
Oh.
This is like some body horror stuff, like his dad's kind of stuff.
Yes.
This is making me remind me of his last film too, a Possessor.
Oh. This is weird, Gory.
It's weird. Why them Cronenbergs so weird? Like, what were family dinners like for you, Brandon?
Oh.
And I trust Mia Goth. I feel like she just picks really cool projects.
Yes. Wow.
Ooh, I love them Cronenbergs, but if they invite me to their house for dinner, I'm gonna pass.
Heck
I don't trust
no.
them Cronenbergs.
Nope,
Don't
not
trust them.
happening. Nope.
Mm-mm.
Isn't that trippy though?
That was a trip, dude.
Yes.
Dude, we've been
That
going down a
is.
rabbit hole. I didn't even know that existed. I did not know that existed. You just opened my eyes.
I love it.
You're like you are the minister of horror.
Mm, yes.
Oh wow, that was good. I don't know if I could top that. Okay, what else do I got for you? I'm gonna go with my number 9. You got pushed way back.
Okay.
I'm really curious about this one. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see if we can get that poster going. So this one is called The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Have you heard about this one?
Nope. Nope, I have
Well
not.
then, you are
Or-
in. Uh-oh, I went the wrong way. Dracula, you know that whole sequence where they're on the boat, the Demeter, and
Yeah.
Dracula kills everybody on the ship.
Mhm.
And the ship comes into port, and I think it's the captain is like roped to the steering wheel. So this whole movie is what happened on that ship, because the book really doesn't go into a lot of detail about it. We know from the journals and stuff that obviously Dracula killed everybody. So this is a
Ah.
whole movie about the merchant ship Demeter, chartered to carry 50 unmarked wooden crates. One of them has a Dracula from Carpathia to London, only for the doomed crew to endure strange events. Stalked each night by a merciless presence on board the ship, the Demeter eventually arrives off the shores of England as a charred derelict wreck with no trace of the crew. So I'm curious to see how they do this. Is it going to start with the ending and have them maybe piece together what it happened?
Oh, that
Because
could
there's no
be.
survivors. But I
Yeah.
think the idea of being on the ship and this is way back in the day, they don't have a lot of technology to tell them what the hell is going on, and having this figure come up from the bowels of the ship and just take away people, having no
Ooh,
means of contacting help or any kind of radio equipment, sounds
man,
scary.
that's
I mean, the
terrifying.
ocean scares me as it is.
Yeah,
Trapped in the middle of
seriously.
the ocean with a Dracula.
Hmm. Oh
What?
gosh.
And
You have no chance.
Dracula's having his whole like heyday this year. Like he had that whole series. Now he's got Renfield. He's got Voyage
Yep.
of the Demeter.
That's right.
Dracula's
I'm
coming
telling you.
back in a big way.
He is. I mean, look at that coming back. And who would have thought? All we need now is Dracula Dead and Loving It Part 2. That's
Make
what
it
we need now.
happen.
I know.
Make it happen. That'd be amazing. All right. So I'm excited about that one. What's your next pick?
Yeah. All right. So here are my next three. My 3 remaining, I should
My
say.
next one's number 4 for me.
Same here. Mine is 2. Ooh. Okay. Let's see if we're gonna
What if it's the
match.
same?
Well, if your movie happens to come out in a couple of days, actually, I think it's out now.
No.
It would be Megan at
But
my
that
number
is on
4.
my list. It was my number 2. I'm really excited for this movie.
Yeah.
Really excited for Megan.
Me too. It's so good.
It
I've
just
been
okay, so
excited.
here's the thing. I'll be honest, I've not been a James Wan fan.
Oh,
I
oh,
unfortunately I just
right in the
don't
heart.
get it. I think
Oh,
because I don't like the Conjuring movies. The Conjuring movies are very like the good Christians punishing the evil witches, and it's like, well, why are they evil? Because they're witches. So I've never really gelled with a
never
lot of
seen
his
them.
stuff. I love Saw. I
Oh
do love
yeah,
the puppet one he did. But here's the thing. Everything
Malignant.
changed for me with Malignant. I
Mm,
loved that. I thought from the trailers it was going to be some more of his jump scary conjuring possession thing, and I'm not really into those
oh
movies. They have great performances, they're beautifully filmed. I'm not like trashing them. They're just not for me.
yeah.
I loved Malignant. That was 100% for me. It was so like the kind of crazy B movies from
Yes,
like the 80s and I'm
but
there
done
and
well.
90s, like Henenlotter,
Yes,
you know?
yes.
So
My
Megan,
favorite movie of 2021.
they've shown some of the craziness, like her dancing and stuff in the
Right?
trailer, but I'm hoping
Yep.
there's even more insanity that they're saving for the release. I can't wait to see
Yes.
it. It looks
I
so
can't
good.
wait. I can't wait. Now it was originally going to be rated R, and they decided to scale it back to PG-13.
That makes me
So
nervous.
they did reshoots to, I think, take some of the gore out. So there's going to be
Why?
more cutaway now scenes. But they claim, but what I read was they said that they felt like it works better. That even though they released, removed some of the stuff, they thought that it still worked just as effectively.
Here's the
So,
thing, the ratings board is weird. The
yep,
Grudge, PG-13. The
that's
Ring,
right.
scariest movie I've ever seen,
Same here.
PG-13. You can
Yes.
make a really scary movie without a lot of blood and gore. What they rate
Yep.
R for, like if you in America, especially if you show like nudity, that's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
get you an R. A lot of swear. The
Yes.
Breakfast Club is rated R. The Ring is
Mhm.
rated PG-13. Like think about this for a second. Like the
Yes.
ratings board is weird. So I don't instantly assume because something's PG-13 that it's not going to be good
Mhm.
or that it's not going to be
No,
scary.
that's right. Not at all.
And I think
No.
like gore and scares and all that, it's just there are a lot of different colors we can play with, and we don't need them all in every movie. This doesn't have to be super gory to be good.
Oh no, not at all. I think it can still be suspenseful and I mean, like you already listed some of the PG-13 movies out there, like The Ring. You know,
Poltergeist?
yeah. I mean, there's
I
those
think that was actually
movies
PG.
that was PG back in the day. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it. I thought it was really interesting that it was a life size instead of like a
Yeah.
Chucky where it's a
I
smaller
love the
life size.
shade Megan's been throwing Chucky on Twitter. Have you been following this?
I've heard about it
Oh my
back in
gosh, Megan
yes.
has been throwing such shade. I'm so sassy today. What is up with that? Megan has been throwing such shade at my boy Chucky, and Chucky's just been like, "Bring it." So
Yep.
I'm curious to see what everyone thinks when they duke it out on Sunday after I've seen Megan, and I have all the information on what she can do.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Chucky because I'm loyal. I'm
I
loyal.
know.
I
I
love
know you
Chucky.
are.
I love
That's
Chucky
all
so
right.
much. That's my
I know you
boy.
are. That's your boy. And you know what? Stick with your convictions. That's what I always say. You
Hey,
know?
guess who's in the chat? It's Danny, who's actually in
Oh,
Seattle now. He went and
hey,
just saw
Danny.
AEW Dynamite. So he's there with Movie
Oh,
Massacre. They went and saw that together.
oh, cool. Well, hey, Danny.
But hey, yeah, Joss was PG.
Charles was
Craziness.
PG.
That's
That's
before
right.
PG-13. In fairness, it didn't exist
True.
until Raiders of the Lost Ark and Gremlins, and then they're like, maybe we should have something in between for when something's
Yeah,
really messed up.
I think Gremlins put it over the top because I
Yeah,
couldn't believe this is P. This should not be PG.
yeah,
Little kids coming to that movie. That is not that. That was a perfect PG-13 movie. They just didn't have it
yeah.
at
Parental
the time.
guidance suggested. It's
Right,
like, yeah, maybe
suggested.
they should be 13 as well.
Yes,
Maybe.
yes, 100%.
But yeah, I don't really agree with the ratings boards. Like if you've seen this film was not yet rated, they go into just
Mhm.
how messed up it is, how just it's so biased.
Yeah,
So
it is.
don't let the ratings boards steer you away from what could be a really fun and really scary experience.
That's right. I mean, Wes Craven's Scream 1, he had to go through 9 revisions with the MPAA to get an R rating out of that because they were trying to slap an NC-17 on it.
That's ridiculous.
Think about that. 9 revisions, 9 times they had to get reviewed,
It's
and
so
then finally
ridiculous.
they got the already. Oh yeah, I just
I
happened
think
to
that movie's
have the.
pretty tame. Like I showed that one to my son pretty early.
By today's standards, it definitely is. I mean, granted, 25 years ago it was different, but I will tell you this. It's crazy. Like I have the original uncut director's cut, Wes Craven cut of the movie, and you will not find. You can't buy it anywhere.
How'd you
It's
get that?
I sources. I can't even say
We
because
need
it's
to watch that
all.
together.
Yeah, that's all I can really say right now about it. But I have it. It's in full HD and it is beautiful. I showed it to my daughter the other day. We sat down, we watched the unreleased version, the original cut, and it's not that much. It's like a total of 2.5 minutes of extra scenes that Wes had to cut back, and like Drew Barrymore when she was hanging, he had to
Yeah, and
speed that
they
up
chopped it
over
up so it
twice.
wouldn't like
Well,
hold on it.
it was the zoom speed. Yeah, he had to cut it. It was a lot
And they
slower in
sped
the
it up real
original,
fast.
real fast.
But I mean, he
Uh,
did effectively make it to where they were happy, and it was still scary because
oh
he's a
yeah. Well,
genius.
that's the thing. I mean, like people who don't know all that information. I mean, it's even I know the information. It's amazing. It's a masterpiece film. Even the way it was released, it was
Absolutely.
it was
I think the reason they
fantastic.
are so hard on it is it was teenagers killing teenagers. They
Yes.
hate that. There's certain things the MPA really hates, like
Hmm.
LGBTQ plus relationships. And this one was not yet rated. They took scenes from Boys Don't Cry and other scenes that had just regular straight couples in them doing the exact same thing.
Right.
But that one movie got an R or was destined to get an NC-17, whereas the regular one doing the same thing, that's
Right.
just normal straight couple,
Hmm.
uh they're all human
Yeah.
beings doing the same thing, but one is apparently not suitable for younger audiences.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Lots of
yeah,
stuff
the
goes into this
MPA,
stuff.
they can suck it.
Yeah. Yep.
We got movie massacre in the chat here too. Chris Fawcett said, I saw Megan and I made a Megan doll myself and got a Megan poster. You are all up on that Megan train. You were betraying Chucky.
Wow.
Chucky is in your picture. Remember where you came from.
Nice.
I'm sorry, Chris. I take it all back. It's fine. You can like whatever you want, I guess. We're still friends, mostly.
Sweet.
Anyway, so you're excited for Megan.
I am very excited for Megan. Yes. Yes.
Hey.
Cannot wait.
Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. We're getting closer to it. I'm
I
getting like a grouchy
know.
voice. Ah! I'm so full
Ah.
of the energy, guys. I'm actually really tired today, too. This is like me at an 8.
You're killing it, girl. You're killing it.
I have too much energy for my own good. Are you ready for my number 4 pick?
I am
Are you
ready.
ready for a
Hit
All
me.
We're gonna end up having our own weird public access
Oh
show.
no. Oh gosh. Could you
of, like, a
imagine?
choir.
Yeah.
This one I'm excited about. Now, Stephen King ones is like what you said about M. Night. Sometimes they do us dirty. Sometimes they're really
Mhm.
good.
Yep.
I kind of figured when we saw the trailer for Firestarter last year, I was like, this isn't gonna be good.
Oh,
the moment she
man.
said liar, liar pants, I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck. I didn't
Yeah.
realize how bad it was gonna suck until I saw it. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry if you guys liked it. It just, didn't
It
work
was,
for me.
it was brutal.
But Salem thought this is promising. It's never had a
Ooh.
theatrical release. It's had
Mm.
2 TV miniseries. One
That's
with
right.
Rob Lowe, and then the original one that's amazing by Toby Hooper. Never has had that big theatrical money. And Bart, the vampires and everything are just so scary. That scene with the little boy outside the window, it looks like that's on the
Oh
poster.
man. Yes.
So haunting.
Mhm.
Such great material. And I like that the Rob Lowe one showed a little bit more from the book because the book is really scary. There's so much the Toba Hooper one left out of it. It's
Ah.
one of his scariest books of all time. Probably
Wow.
like next to, I would say, Pet Cemetery. I have a cousin, one of Danny's cousins, and he said he saw the first, I think, 15 minutes of it that was shown at a showing before, I think it might have been the Black Phone. and he said it was
Mm.
incredible. And everyone who's been seeing early screenings of it, or at least that 15-minute preview, has been really,
Okay.
really excited. So
Ah.
I am stoked. I think this is going to be good. But I really
Yeah.
want to see a trailer. But I'm still really
Yes.
excited.
When is it coming out? Do you know the date?
This one, it was supposed to be early this year. It's supposed to be last year. It's one that got pushed back to this year.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Gotcha.
I know it's supposed to be September. I don't know what date it's gonna be. It's one of those ones that kind of been kind of pushed back and stuff. So
Okay.
that makes me nervous, of course.
Yes.
But
Oh, yeah.
all the early buzz about it has been really good. And right now there's so many things going on with big corporations. It's not necessarily where historically when something gets pushed back, it makes you nervous about the movie. There's a
Mhm.
lot of stuff going on with all the big corporations right now that means it's not necessarily the movie. It could be,
Yeah.
but not necessarily so.
Right. Hmm. Well, I
Oh,
hope it doesn't get lost in the, and the red tape or whatever. Hopefully not.
I think, especially it being a Stephen King thing, they're going to want to cash in on that. So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's I'm gonna see it. So I hope we get to see it. Hope we get a date here soon. I'm pretty sure I thought there was a date, but I'm not seeing one here. Let me see if there's one on IMDb.
Okay.
Yeah, IMDb, we're not getting one. It was in September, but they've got a great cast. They got Lewis Pullman, they got Alfred Woodard. They got some really good
Hmm.
people here. I'm really hopeful.
Yeah.
So, we'll see
All
how it
right.
goes.
Absolutely. I just watched the original one over on Nice Channel last week,
Yeah.
and it was so I'd never seen it, believe it or not.
That
And
part where Bartok takes the kids' parents' heads and
oh man,
oh,
it was
that scene where the guy is in the chair and he's in the corner. There's so many iconically scary scenes in
yes,
that
there
movie.
are. There really
It's
are. And
nightmare fuel. So
yeah,
good.
it is. And they did such a great job with the look of the vampire. The whole
Yeah.
look was just
That throwback
amazing.
to old
And
Nosferatu.
yes, indeed.
So
And
good.
I'm like, this was a TV budget they did this on.
Again, showing that you can do some
Yeah.
really scary stuff without blood and
Yeah.
guts, because that's not at all gory, but it's
No.
horrifying.
Right.
Like it's the kind of movie that makes it hard for you to go to sleep at night.
For sure.
Okay, so what do we have left? I have one honorable mention,
Okay.
and then I just have one left.
I've only got 2 left also. We're down to the last
I know
4.
what your number one is because I know what you
Mm.
like. All right, what's your number two?
Mm. Sorry about that. Took a drink right when you
You're
asked me.
fine.
All right, my number 2, I'm very excited for this, like seriously excited, is going to be
I
Saw
have
10.
that as an honorable mention. I want more information because I
Okay.
feel like some of the Saw movies kind of did me dirty.
Yeah. True.
I like them pretty well up until 3. 4 is where I'm like, I
Starts to go off the
didn't
rails a
like
little
5
bit.
or 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just feel like it was just really repetitive, and I didn't care about like Hoffman or whatever. I don't know, it just got really
Hoffman.
weird.
Yeah.
But I did like Jigsaw, and I liked Spiral. I
Yes.
know a lot of people didn't
Yeah.
like it, but I did.
Okay.
But yeah, Tobin Bell's back. What's
He's
up with that?
back. He's back, and so is Shawnee Smith.
No, I didn't
Amanda.
know that.
They announced it like 2 weeks ago. She signed
No
back
way.
on as well. So
That's
I'm like,
cool.
I know. That's why I'm
So,
excited.
is it like a prequel?
It could be. That's what I'm wondering. Could it be a prequel, or is it a movie that's going to be in between certain sequels? They're going to
Could
insert it
be. They did
between
that kind of with Jigsaw.
what they did. Yes, and I could see maybe they're doing it again. Maybe they're saying, before we get to Saw 4 or whatever, where this happened. I don't know that. I don't know for sure. But if they have both of them back for an extended part of the movie, I'm all in. I'm 100%
I
all in.
think Tobin Bell is so incredible, and he's one of
Yes.
those guys who's getting up there, and if he's willing to play that part again, I
Yeah.
take my money. I'm gonna go see
Me
it.
too.
I'm
Me
gonna keep
too.
my expectations reasonable though, because like I said,
Yeah.
for the Saw movies, I feel like it's kind of gotten to this trap of doing a lot of the same stuff. But
Right.
Spiral, whether it worked for you or it didn't, at least you did something different. And I
Hmm.
thought Jigsaw was good.
I did too. I hear a lot of people are hating on the Jigsaw movie.
Yeah.
I actually liked the Jigsaw movie. I
I thought
enjoyed
it
it.
was really clever.
Yes. So that one, I'm excited for it. And you know, again, it's the 10th entry. When you start getting into double-digit entries, you keep your
What
expectations
if
in
it goes
hand.
to space?
Oh no!
Go to
Oh
space,
no!
go to space, go to space.
Oh gosh!
I'm kidding. Don't go to
Don't go
space.
to
Craven
space.
would
Don't.
hate it.
No. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Fairpoint Station's got me nervous here. He says, "Is there any truth to the rumors that the doll in Megan has bowel movements and it plays an integral plot points in the film?" I mean, after
I've
*Malignant*, I don't know.
I don't know.
Could
I've never
be.
heard that. Yeah, I don't know. I
I need
haven't
to see
seen it.
this movie. The earliest I can see it is Fridays when it comes out of my town. So don't
Mm,
spoil it for me, guys. I really want to see it.
right? No spoilers. Exactly. Yes.
Yes. All right. So and then Boseman isn't directing. I want them to let Boseman do what he's been asking to do for a decade. He wants to make a Leprechaun movie. Let the man make a Leprechaun movie.
Oh,
I
yeah.
Warwick Davis's children. That's he wanted to take a break from it while his children were young. They're both over 19 now. Come
Okay.
on, now's the time.
Time to get back. Yep.
He's so cute. Every year he'll do a little tweet to Blumhouse or wherever, whoever owns it, Lionsgate, and be like, "So you're gonna let me do a Leprechaun movie?" He's just too
Oh,
precious for this world, is what he
that's
is.
awesome. Yeah.
I just love that. I love that, when people are passionate about making these sequels because they love it. Like, let them do it. They're gonna make something awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, let the man let him make a movie. Put me
Yes.
in, coach.
Okay, I have one honorable mention.
All right.
This one does have a date. I'm a little, again, it's an honorable mention because I'm unsure about the director. This is
Okay.
based on the scariest short story by Stephen King I have ever read. I still remember when I first read this, I was about 11 and I could not sleep the
Oh
whole night.
wow.
It stuck with me. Like, I just read this recently to Danny. Sometimes I read to Danny. But it's called The Boogeyman, and it's essentially the
Oh.
boogeyman in the closet, and it terrorizes
Oh.
this family, and it's so scary. And the premise of this movie is already a little bit different. The Boogeyman, if you've read it, it's a man in like a psychologist's office, and he's talking about how his children and his wife have all been killed by this creature. And he tells you the whole story, and it's really harrowing. And
Mm.
this is a little different. It's the kids, their mom's already passed away, and it's a teenage girl and her little sister, and they essentially know that the boogeyman is in their house, and they're trying to get their father, who's grieving and not really paying attention, to believe them. So it
Okay.
could be really good. It is by Rob Savage. So I loved Host, which he did. I thought Host was really, really good. I hated Dashcam. I hated Dashcam so much I wanted to tear my eyes out. Like,
Didn't see it.
oh, it just has the most annoying protagonist of all time. It just doesn't
Oh
work.
no.
You can have an unlikable protagonist, but you can't have an uninteresting protagonist. You
Nope.
can't have a
That's true.
protagonist who doesn't have an arc, who doesn't want anything. And the storytelling
Yeah.
in that, it just feels like somebody was just kind of improvising, like, well, and then this happened, and then this happened. And
Oh no.
I didn't like it. I know some people did, and bless your hearts. But that's the only thing that makes me nervous about the Boogeyman. I'm not sure if I
Wow.
trust Rob Savage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I never saw Dash Cam. I was curious about it, but
And
I don't
there's
know.
two that came out last year called Dash Cam, so it's hard to even make sure you got the right
Oh.
one. I watched the wrong one first.
Oh no.
This is just time we're not getting back. All right, you're getting tired. So
No,
it's
I'm good.
time.
I'm good. Just had to get a
It's
yawn in.
time.
Nothing to do with you.
Dun 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 dun
Ah.
dun 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 dun. I don't even know what I'm doing now. I was doing Terminator and I went into a totally different direction. Scream. So I'm actually we need to catch up on Scream here soon.
We
Uh
do. We do.
I have been avoiding everything Scream because it's one of those ones like Halloween where people really go out of their way to find spoilers. Like I'm fine with stuff that
Yeah.
studios release. Most part, I mean, even
Right.
trailers can be a little too much sometimes. But
Yep.
I don't want to know stuff that they don't want out. I want to enjoy it the way it's meant to be enjoyed. Um, but I know for
Yep.
some people it's like Easter egg hunting where it's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that. So I haven't been looking, and then I saw the teaser trailer, which has some
Yes.
great Jason Takes Manhattan vibes, and I'm excited about being in the
Does.
city.
Yes, indeed.
And the mask is different. What's up with that? Oh, and hey, we got a super chat.
Hey.
Child of the corn, just one child, one child.
Oh.
Donated $1.99 through the super chat. He says, "Are your top 3 faves of your physical media?" Oh, what are my top 3 faves of my physical media? I'm gonna answer that at the end of this. When we're done talking about Scream, I need to think about it a little bit. All right, lay it on me. Lay the screameth on me, dude. I know you're containing everything. So how
Yeah.
likely you think Stu's gonna be in it?
Okay, so there okay, it's real interesting you asked that question because there was a new poster that came out on New Year's Day, or New Year's, and it was a poster of the New York City subway map basically a poster, and it had a color coding for all 6 movies, and all each color was represented by tracks that would go around, and the tracks make up Ghostface mask. Is what when all the tracks come together, it's a Ghostface mask. Well, if you look at it, what it is, the poster has the names of every single deceased or
I saw
presumed
this on your
dead.
Twitter feed.
Do you see the poster?
The picture
Okay.
you showed.
Yes, the picture. So what's interesting is of all the names on there that are the previous victims from all the 5 films, you've got 3 things that stand out. Number one, Kirby Reed, her name has an X. Oh, by the way, I should say this too. By each person's name is a small white circle, like a station, like a stopping point. Sir, all of them are white circles. So you get to Kirby, instead of a white circle, it's got an X, and it says closed. I believe it says on that one. So of course we know Kirby's alive, so it's different. Now, when you get to Sam Carpenter, her name's on it, but she's not a victim. Well, like why is she on here? But her name's on the list, and her name is much larger font, and the circle, it's a white circle, it's really big white circle compared to the others. So it's like everything leads, all roads lead to Sam, and through Sam. So we don't know what that means exactly, other than I'm assuming she's integral to the whole story all the way through. But then we get to Stu Macher's name. Because remember, it's supposed to be everyone presumed dead. And on his circle, instead of it being a white circle, it's a pink,
What
reddish
does that
pink
mean?
circle. We have no idea. It's a pink reddish circle. So it's different than everyone else that's perceived dead. His is different.
I do think I
So,
remember there an article though where I think they said he's not coming back.
well, there's an article I think you may be referring to is Kevin Williamson came out. There was this really obscure quote that they got him from him. It came 2 days after the teaser trailer where they revealed the aged mask, the old like OG
Yeah, so
mask is
I'm
back,
curious about that
cracks all in
too.
it. Yeah.
Is this just
So
trying to capitalize off of Halloween? Is there a story behind it? Like, what's up with the age
well,
mask?
so the story as we know it right now is, and some of this is rumor, so grain of salt. But what we know about it right now, uh, as best we can tell, there is a museum, somewhat type setup of the previous Ghostface killers' costumes and masks from the original killers, and they're in display cases, which I verified that because Chris over in Montreal, who from Discover Montreal, hi Chris, if you're listening or watching, he provided me with all of these photos as they were filming on the sets, and he would take pictures. His friend would take pictures. Well, he sent me a picture of one of the crew members opening a door at the La Nationale Theater, and inside it, there's a Ghostface robe costume encapsulated in a display case. This is back in the summertime, like in July or August. And and then next to it is like a torso in a display case. So what the rumor, Gory, is this: is that someone has stolen the masks of the original killers and is killing people, eliminating people wearing the OG
Okay,
Ghostface masks.
here's what I want to know. Who's been taking care of that mask? Because that mask is in terrible shape. Like,
Terrible shape. And
that's an important, collector's item or something.
very, very
What were they doing? Were they stashing it under their bed? Did they pull a Deborah Hill
right.
here? What's going on there?
Exactly. That's what I'm wondering because that thing looks to be easily, could definitely be the original mask, one of the original masks.
It doesn't
Now,
look so good.
it doesn't look good.
I mean, it
I
looks
did.
good, but it doesn't
Oh
look well
yeah,
cared for.
that's the word because it looks amazing. Yes, I mean that's like my favorite image. So someone is running around eliminating people with these older Ghostface masks and newer masks. So could it be the
There's
cult?
more than one.
More than one. So we have someone wearing a fresh, clean mask, and then we've got this aged, at least the other older masks. Could it be someone who is coming back from the past, who is, running this thing, organizing this cult of Ghostface? Perhaps it's possible, but I really think, as far as the initial question is Stu coming back. I think I don't think he's coming back in 6. I still think it'll be 7 if they do it to close the trilogy out. But I think that this could point us to Stu for 7 even more. Like they laid a few breadcrumbs in 5, which I've outlined on several videos. The breadcrumbs were there, but I think with 6, it's going to accelerate the breadcrumbs a little bit. And there's some reason that poster is different.
This is kind of what I'm hoping for because I mean, you and I have talked about it a lot, our feelings on 5, and I think
Hmm.
5's a nice tribute, but in a lot of ways, this is gonna make people mad. It feels a little almost like a fan film. It's a little
Right.
derivative. It's
Right.
trying so hard to earn favor with fans of
Hmm.
the original, with all the Easter eggs to the point where it's just like, okay, it's just like I feel like Nev Campbell like had nothing to do in it. Like Sydney's story was
Right.
already over. That's why I'm not upset that she's not in this one. I'm like, she had nothing to do in the last one. Just let
Yeah,
her go off into the sunset. It's all
but
good.
they could have written that so much better
They
for
could
her.
have, and I think if they brought her back, they need to write a better part for her because what she had to do in
Yes,
5 wasn't. It's not that I don't want to see her back. I just want to see her have more to do, and
I
I
do
want to see them
too.
pay her more too.
Right,
So, if
right.
they're not willing to do that and they're not willing to write a good part for her, then I'd rather not see them ruin a great character because she is
Yeah,
the best final girl of all time. Don't
100%.
tarnish that legacy if you're not going to do it
Hmm.
justice. But
Yes.
I'm excited because not having as many legacy characters, I think we have Courtney Cox and we have Kirby. Um, we don't have a whole lot of them, as many of them in this one. Maybe they can develop their new cast of characters a little bit more so that we can love them the same way we love our originals. And they're
Right?
taking it to a different place that's not Woodsboro, which is kind of exciting.
I think it is exciting too.
So maybe
Yes.
that's a sign that they're trying to do their own thing with this one, which is what I really wanted to see more of with the last one. Not that I hated it, guys. I just didn't love it. I liked it. It was okay.
I'm with you. That's how I feel. I think it was a good love letter to Wes. It was really paying homage to Craven, but it didn't really move the franchise forward, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
I also want to
that's
see some more of the satire that we got. I think that's kind of what made it feel more
hmm
derivative. Is it
yeah,
wasn't as smart or satirical as Wes
right.
Craven's Scream
No,
movies.
it was not. And the mystery, frankly, wasn't really fleshed out well, and it wasn't really like some of those older Scream movies. There's a real mystery element. Like you're really trying to figure out who's
Yeah.
doing it, and you're going through suspects. This movie, it didn't have that feel
And
like
that's
that.
the
It just didn't
thing
feel the
with the
same.
original. It was so shocking because no one expected there to be two killers. Like,
No,
nobody guessed the ending of that movie. And
no,
everyone after that has played it so safe, with the exception of 3, which is a little different with, Roman and everything. And I think it's better than a lot of people think it is.
me too.
But we expect there to be two killers. We expect there to be like a party scene at the end. So I really
Mhm.
hope they kind of break the Scream formula because it's such a
Me
great
too.
franchise. Like it's never had a
It
bad
is.
movie,
No,
but we
not
haven't
at
had a
all.
great one in a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit. I mean, I'm just want it to be a good story, a great mystery whodunit, and
Yes.
surprise us with some twists that we didn't see coming, and uh, they're Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera both have said this is the goriest Scream film that's ever been made. It's the most brutal and violent they've ever seen Ghostface. I mean, all that's fine,
It's fine.
but
I
I
don't
want
really need that
story.
for my Scream movie,
That's the
but it's
thing. I don't
fine.
either. Yeah,
I
I
never
don't
thought of
go
the
there.
original one as being a particularly gory or anything.
No.
It was the smart satire, the whodunit, the mystery, that's the
Yeah.
stuff that made Scream special. And the characters,
Yes.
these
And the
great characters that
characters.
you wanted to hang out with. I mean, even Billy, I'd
Mhm.
hang out with Billy. Like
Oh
they're
yeah.
all great characters. The protagonist, the antagonist, they're wonderful.
Wonderful characters.
It's so rare to
I
have an
yeah,
entire cast of characters where you love them all. Like you
that's
love them
true.
all. It's so
You're
rare.
right. It
And I
is. I mean,
didn't
I
really feel that way about any of the new ones. I mean, I kind of like Tara, but
Tara's
I'm
only
not
one
super
for me.
attached to anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tara, if
And
they
that's a
kill Tara, that's going to upset me. But I
yeah,
mean, I hate
me
to say it
too.
because I know it's going to upset people. But if they kill Mindy, I feel like she's
Right.
just kind of a Randy replacement. She hasn't. They haven't given me
Yeah.
enough. I didn't. Her brother. I don't really.
Chad, yeah.
Don't think he had a lot to do.
Mm-mm.
I wasn't super invested in Sam.
No, I'm not either. I'm
So
still
I
not.
want them to make me love them,
Mhm.
And they can do that. And it's
Yep.
not like I'm so attached to the originals. I'm not willing to allow new characters. I love Kirby. I'm so glad Kirby is
Yeah.
back. So,
And Samara Weaving, I'm
ah,
so happy.
yeah.
Oh man. I hope they
I
use
she
her
is
in a great way.
wonderful.
She is. Powerhouse.
She
And
is. She's
you
amazing
put
in
her
everything.
and think about this. You put Samara Weaving, Hayden Panettiere, and Jenna Ortega on the screen at the same
And
time.
Jenna Ortega, I mean, she's killing it.
She is killing it. She is like on a rocket ship to the moon right now. And I'll tell you what, I was mentioning this earlier on a live stream I had on my channel this afternoon. I think that the money that we were concerned about the box office losing for Nev not being there will be made up and maybe even improved upon with Jenna's role that will cover the loss because of all the people that maybe would not have come normally. But now there's such Jenna Ortega fans, they're gonna want to see her.
What I think is smart is they have a lot of really great new generation actors. Samara
Yes.
Weaving is definitely making a name for herself, and
Hmm.
the younger generation loves Jenna. I mean, I love her too, but I watch all horror movies. Whereas, like,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people from our generation who don't watch a lot of horror movies may not know who Jenna Ortega is because she's done largely horror.
Right.
But I do think it's going to pull in a new audience, which is really smart. I think the
Yes.
people who are going to boycott it are going to be the people who were like teenagers in the 90s and they saw Scream but maybe didn't watch a lot of the sequels and stuff anyway. So you probably weren't going to
Yeah.
get their money anyway.
Right. That's possible. Yeah. I mean, and with Wednesday, I mean, that just, I mean, when I saw that Jenna Ortega had gained 10 million new Instagram followers after Wednesday came
Wow.
out on Netflix.
Yeah,
Think
Wednesday
about
was
that.
great.
Yes. 10
She was great
million.
in that.
Can you
She's
imagine?
incredible, and I love that she loves the
Yeah.
genre. There's some people who kind
Yeah.
of fall into the genre and they don't really
Hmm.
love it. Jamie Lee Curtis, we all love her, and she loves the fans, but she doesn't quite get the horror genre. She's
No, she
been
still doesn't.
honest about that her whole
Yep.
career, you know.
Right.
Um, but it's wonderful when the people in these movies love being in them as much as we love watching them.
Yes.
And she really seems to. So just Samara Weaving, like you can
Oh,
tell she's
yeah.
having a great time, and that
She's having fun.
like we talked about with YouTube, totally different scenarios, sort of, but they're making the kind of stuff that they enjoy, that they would want to
Right.
watch.
And that's the key. Yes. That's why I hope that she's not the opening kill. I'm so worried we're gonna lose Samara in the opening. I just hope that she's
So,
there
are
for
you
a
nervous?
long
I mean, I know
time.
this is your number one. For me, where did I put this? I'm I'm excited. I mean, I can't help
Yeah.
but be excited. It's Scream.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, this was number three. Right behind my
3.
number one was Evil Dead Rise, then Megan, than Scream.
Okay.
I'm so
Okay.
excited about Megan just because Malignant was like my favorite movie of that year.
Me too.
And Evil Dead, Chucky is my favorite slasher franchise, but when it
Okay.
comes to horror overall, I'd probably go with Evil Dead. It's knocked it out of the
Yeah.
park every time.
Yeah.
You know, I have so much faith in those creators and in that franchise. Like, you know, I
Mhm.
can't wait to see it. I'm so excited.
I am too.
But I'm
Yeah.
excited for Scream too, you know, even though like I said the last one wasn't I love that everyone loves it and I love that everyone turned out to see it. That makes me so happy. Like just cuz I didn't enjoy it, the world does not revolve around me. Doesn't mean I'm not happy for something's success. I'm
Yeah.
so happy it was successful. That makes me so happy. Um
Yes.
but yeah, I'm really hoping that I can I guess be part of the party this time cuz the last one, everyone loved it so much. People were saying it was as good as the original, and I saw it and I was like, wait, what?
No.
Nowhere even
No way.
close. And I
No.
hate that feeling. I like to be
Mhm.
having fun with everybody else and being like, yeah, isn't this wonderful that it's so good? So I
Right.
hope that it's
Yeah.
also well received, and I hope that this time it's something that I enjoy as well and can be a part of.
Me too. I'm so ready. 2 months away. 2.5 2 months and 1 week or 6 days,
You
whatever.
know, and also leading up to it, we're gonna have to do streams of all the movies
Oh,
and
absolutely. In
talk
fact,
about them.
I'm starting Scream Fest. I've already got all of the streams set up. We're watching one Scream movie every week, middle of February, all the way through the Monday or Sunday. Was it the Sunday night before Scream comes out? So I'm having 5 watch parties. So I'll be reaching out to you. I'd love to have you as a
I think we
guest.
should team up because what I
And
was going to do is what I
yes,
did with Halloween when I did my
okay.
13 weeks of Halloween,
Oh
where
yeah,
I
yeah,
want to have
yeah.
like a deep dive discussion into all of them.
Yes,
You know, I don't like to like trash on things, so just talking about why we love them, why they're great, you know,
I love that.
analyzing them a little bit. But
Yes.
you are the Scream guy, so
Hey,
any one of those streams you want to be on, let me know.
okay. Thank you. I'm honored. I would be happy to. As much as you want to put up with me being there,
I don't get
I'll be
tired of
there.
you. You and Knight. I always say you and Knight are my horror brothers.
That's true.
I don't
Yes.
get tired of you guys.
Oh, same here. It is we are family. We really are. Yeah, I'm there. Yeah, just let me know. Let's talk about it. Let's coordinate it. Let's get some dates on the
Yeah,
calendar
that's
and
I'm kind of planning my year out. So yeah, and I also want to do at least one deep dive, at least starting with Scream. I mean, we have another one next year. So I was hoping if I could get like the first three done, then I can always do the next three next year.
sure.
But
Yeah.
that's kind of my plan. And I know you would be excited, even though you know all the details
I would
already. I mean,
that's
you
all
love
right.
Scream. So
Absolutely. I could, man, we could talk Scream for, I mean, all I could talk is, I can go as long as you can.
we've talked
We could,
Scream for many hours and we don't get
many,
tired of it.
never. Even the People versus Stu Macher. I mean, it was such a wonderful thing. Uh, and we got to get on to our friend Jake, our brother Jake. He's off the stew train now again.
Wait, what?
Yes.
What? We did all
He's
that work.
all that work. And now, well,
The
only, it's not
evidence.
the evidence. And here's the thing. I know. And it's like, it's not because of that.
He made
He's
a movie.
I know, and he even talks about Stu in the movie. Remember how the guy carrying the TV? Here's the thing: it's not the evidence is for his reason. It's because Kevin Williamson said he was dead. And I said, dude, it doesn't matter what Kevin Williamson said. Like we talked about earlier, that's the only reason he switched, not because of anything else. And I'm like, bro, come
Yeah,
on
but
now.
okay. If this was Halloween and Jamie Lee Curtis said it, because she had a lot of pull in those movies, I'd be like, we should be nervous. But it's Kevin Williamson. He
Right?
has largely just been like, here is my sandbox. Go play, kids. I'll be over here
Exactly.
and make sure you don't eat any cow poop or something. You know,
Yeah,
like he's just
that's
making
right.
sure that they don't screw up, but he's been letting them do their own thing.
Yes, he's not
So
writing
just
it.
because
He's
he thinks Stu's not coming back doesn't, I mean, it's not like one of Radio Silence saying it. And we know
no.
they're really, you know, there's at least one member of them who really wants Stu to come back.
Yes, and half the right well, Guy Busick, one of the writers, huge Stu truther, and so yeah, I mean, I'm like, come on, I was like, Jake, I love you, man, but don't let that
Well,
Persuade
yeah,
Jay. He's
and
like,
there's still
ah,
another movie too. So,
true.
if people keep talking about it and the buzz for it keeps going, there's no telling what's going to happen in the next one, even if it doesn't happen in this one.
Yeah, exactly.
I
And
think they
that's,
have to bring him back at this point.
I do
Maybe not in this
too.
one, but I feel like you
Right.
kind of have to do it.
I
Because
think
it's like
so.
something that we didn't get. It's like if you were
Hmm.
told that you were going to get a PS5 this year, and then they're like, "Yeah, you know what? We canceled that. Not giving you a PS5. You can have this fruitcake," and you'd be like, but you would still
Yeah.
always be like, at one point, I was promised a PS5. You're never
Right.
going to forget that. We were
Nope.
promised Stu Return.
I know.
And until we get it, there's a huge audience of Scream fans that are never going to be fully satisfied.
No, the stew train will always be
Stu, Stu.
rolling.
Oh my
There
God,
it
remember
is.
this song?
Yes. Stew. That's so good. Oh, the stew train. You know what? We'll open up Saturday night stream on my channel. We'll open up with the stew train
On the Stu train.
on the stew train.
I love it so much.
I do
I want us to
too.
go to summer camp with our little Stu shirts and
Wouldn't that
sing
be
it with
great?
you playing or
Jack
Jack
Stannis.
playing guitar.
Oh my
Wonderful.
gosh.
By the
We're
way,
all seeing
my
it.
Danny's in the chat. He's at a pub in Seattle. We got Wayne
Hey.
Turner in the chat.
Hey,
And my
Wayne.
mummy's here. Say hi to my mummy.
Well, hello, mommy.
Had she
Hi.
not found me beneath a gooseberry bush so many moons ago, I don't even know if I'd be here talking about Scream Movie right now.
Oh.
Right?
Well, I'm so glad you are, my friend. I'm so glad. Thank you, mommy, for being so amazing.
Mummy B Movie's the best.
That's so cool. I love that.
Wow. Scream 6. So what's the plan?
Scream 6.
Is there a plan of attack for this? Are you getting a
4.
special screening? Are you going to see
Oh,
it early? Or are you
I
going to see it in
wish.
normal times like me?
I'm going to be seeing it normal time. I'm going to watch it on Saturday and then on Friday the 14th. The first matinee showing, the first showing of the day on that Friday the 14th, like 10:30 in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning.
See,
I
this
will
is
be
where
there.
I'm at a disadvantage because I'm in the past. Like right now, for
Oh,
you, it's like what?
yeah.
12?
Midnight. Yeah,
Yeah,
basically about
it's
to be midnight.
9:57 here. I'm in the past.
Oh
I am in
gosh.
the past. Everyone's good.
Yes.
Like New Year's Eve, I was watching like the Roku channel where it's like, it's New Year's Eve over here. We're still waiting. Like any day, any minute, We're
Right.
the very
Any day
last
now.
people in the world to celebrate New Year's. So yeah, I'm worried it's
Mm.
gonna be like amazing, and I'm just gonna have to be like blinders to not get spoiled.
Well, I'll tell you this. We're going to do a Lethal Collective episode that same afternoon. Non-spoiler talk of Scream 6. We're not going to give any spoilers. As hard as that's going to be.
Can I come? I've always wanted to come to
And
a Lethal Collective.
yeah, I mean, well, I'll chat with the guys, and we don't
Ask the
typically
boys.
have. Y'all ask the boys.
And
We
I
don't
want to
normally
cramp your
have guests.
style. But,
Yeah, we normally don't do guests on there, but um, but listen, if you can be there in the chat for sure. But here's the thing: if
definitely.
even if we didn't do that, uh, I'm going to be doing some of my own streams about it on my channel about it, non-spoiler talk, and then I'm going to wait for opening weekend, and then I will probably do a spoiler discussion live stream. I'll be very upfront. Spoilers. I'll have it listed, blowing up everywhere. Spoiler chat, so no one's surprised. And then we're going to spill the beans because I know I'm going to be dying to talk about it.
So you know what we should do? I should, because I'm in the past and you're ahead of me, so you're going to see it first. But I'm going to
Yeah.
see it as soon as I can. We should find out what time that will be in your time, and then we should
Okay.
call each other.
We could totally.
Yeah. Or we could just
Totally
do it like a
should.
stream, like right then.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be awesome. I mean, we could do. I mean, we could even do like a quick little reaction, just a short, like nothing
You should
crazy.
do that. You should get people to film their reactions coming out of the cinema and send them to you. Make a compilation.
It's funny you say that because you suggested that the other day, and I still have it written down to do that to see if I can have people film their initial reactions, send them to me, and we're gonna do a big Scream 6 stream, and I'll have people's reactions we could show on the screen.
That's
That'd
awesome.
be
You should do that. Wayne Turner says Scream 6 will be released a few days earlier here in Sydney, Australia, just like 5 and Halloween ends. I'll see it opening day or earlier if possible. Living in the future sounds so cool. So rad.
Oh, that's yeah. I'm so excited. I'm waiting for the regular. The next trailer should be out before the end of the month. We should
Are
have the
you
full
gonna watch
trailer.
it? Because a lot of people got spoiled in the last one. So I'm
I
kind of
I
thinking about skipping it.
I am just because since I'm a content
Because it's
creator
like your thing.
and this is my franchise. This is my
Sniffing
baby.
out all the clues.
I have to.
I'm
I have
so
to break
tempted
it
to do that
down.
with Evil Dead. I get
Oh,
tempted. The
yeah.
lure is there.
I understand. Yeah, totally understand. 'Cause I want to go through frame by frame, one frame at a time,
You're gonna get
looking for
spoiled.
everything. Probably will see more than I want to,
What if you
unfortunately.
find something really exciting?
Maybe I find some clue leading to stew.
You're like a detective.
I really am, honestly. That's how I think of it. Like when I break down these trailers, I feel like I'm going to Sherlock Holmes
I've
hat.
done that. I did
Mhm.
that. The last time I did that was with Cult of Chucky.
Uh-huh.
So I have done it, but I feel like the more I investigate, the higher my expectations get. I know me.
Yep.
Uh, but
Mm.
damn, I'm excited.
I'm
Everyone
excited
in the
too.
chat, we're gonna wrap this up. Let us know, what are your most anticipated horror movies of 2023? Question for Craven while they're figuring out if they have any questions for us.
Yeah.
Do you think this is going to be as strong of a year as 2022? Because 2022 ended up killing it.
Ooh. I think it can be. I do. I think we're riding a renaissance, if you will. We're riding a wave. And 2022 was excellent for the genre, especially like slashers, really great. But horror in general was a wonderful year. And I think from what we talked about tonight, some of these movies we mentioned, those all could potentially be amazing entries for this year. So I do think that this is every bit the potential to be as good, if not better, than last year in horror. I think so.
Oh, and I forgot. Someone asked me my favorite 3 physical media in my collection are.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
forget. Off the top of my head, I have the Blu-ray special edition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre with like the sliding door. That's really
Cool.
cool. I love that one.
Cool.
I have a Babadook where you open it up and it's like the book.
Oh, nice.
And I have Gone Girl, and it came with the Amazing Amy book, which is really
Mm.
cool. I also have some great box sets like The Fly and Critters, all the Scream Factory box sets.
Ooh.
I love those. And Friday the 13th.
Yes.
But off the top of my head, it'd be those ones. Do you have any special ones? I mean, you've got this unreleased Scream movie.
I mean, that's probably my pride and joy here is the unreleased Scream director's cut. Yeah, that
I also
Wes's
have
first
the
cut.
Ringu movies. When they first came out on
Oh.
DVD, which is a really nice print.
Oh. Wow. Oh. Scary.
Too scary for you.
So scary. I remember
Dude, we
watching
have
that
been on a
movie.
journey.
We have. Look at the time. It flies by when you're having fun with
It
friends.
does. It does.
Goes by so quick.
It's like
It's been
midnight for
great.
you. So,
Yep.
the Babadook is Australian. Wayne is most looking
Mm.
forward to Scream 6, Saw 10, and Megan.
Nice. Good choices.
Those are
Yeah.
all good ones. And I think the only one I put on the thumbnail too. I feel bad because we never talked about.
Oh
There's
no.
a new Conjuring movie and there's a new Nun movie. It was actually, I wanted to put Evil Dead Rise on there, but I couldn't get a really good picture from
Yeah.
what was released. The
Hey.
Nun was easy.
I mean, we just go with the flow, right? We go with the flow, and that's
Are you
what we did
excited about the
tonight.
new Conjuring? Oh, there's a new Insidious movie too.
I've never seen any of the Conjurings.
What?
Yeah, but Eric, Beard Entertainment, and some other people at night think that I would like it. They think I would
Give
like the
it a
Conjuring.
shot.
So I need to try. I think I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah.
The first one's really witches, so I'm not a big fan of that one. The second one's a
Uh-huh.
little bit better. I
Okay.
kind of didn't mind the devil made me do it. I thought a lot of people didn't like it, but I'm not super attached to them.
Okay.
I know a lot of people love the Warrens, but for me, just because I've read a lot about the actual Warrens, I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It feels like the Disney version of the Warrens.
Mm.
I'm not super into them. Insidious,
Okay.
I thought the third one was really good. I think the first one's pretty good. The second one I thought was really boring. But again, like my opinions, you can't trust my opinions on any of those
Yeah.
franchises. Nun, I know everyone didn't like the Nun. I actually liked the Nun better than the Conjuring movies, so I can't be
Okay.
relied upon. I cannot review these movies because my opinions are always going to be unpopular.
That's all right.
But I mean, I
Stick.
will see them. They're horror movies. I see everything.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, go with your convictions. That's what I always say. People go if you believe it, and embrace it. It's okay. Yeah, it's all right.
I
Don't let
would
anybody
like
change your mind.
the Conjuring movies to make a sequel that doesn't have the villain being a witch who is evil just because they're a witch. That would be nice. The first one and the
Mm,
third one did that, and I'm just saying for villains in general, like just better, they need to be better developed than that. You know,
yeah.
I'm a witch. I
Yeah.
haven't been in any Conjuring movies, and I'm not eating any babies, making baby
Right?
paste.
Oh gosh.
So, just a little more development. But I think their heroes are good. And I love Lily Taylor in their person. She's a phenomenal
Yeah.
actress. The
Yeah.
kids are great in it. I can see why people love these movies. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. You should give them a chance.
I'm gonna give it a chance. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I actually have.
I thought The
And
Nun was pretty funny.
oh, really?
No, I
Okay.
mean, it's intentionally funny.
Oh, it
Like at one
is.
point,
Oh.
they have like the blood of Christ, and he's like, what does
Oh.
he say? Like Holy Christ, and he's like the holiest or something. I don't know. It was just really fun. There's a character
Uh,
Frenchie in it who's really funny. I
okay.
liked it. I think
Okay.
they need to eventually get Thaisa Farmiga, who's been in the Nun movies, in one with Vera Farmiga, who's her older
Mm,
sister and plays the
okay.
Warrens, or
I
one of the
see.
Warrens. Like,
Wow.
it's just sitting there. Like, make it happen.
We can only hope, but they need us in Hollywood. That's the problem. Some of these Hollywood,
They really do.
they do. These studio folks seem to be so unplugged from the real fan base a lot of times,
You know
and
what
it's a
I would like
shame.
to see?
What's that?
Conjuring in space.
Oh gosh. Oh no. The only
Conjuring
thing,
time travel. No, I want Conjuring with
time
time
travel.
travel. Because
There you
then you
go.
can get both Farmigas. But
That's
it wasn't
true.
too good for what Stab 8? Stab 8 did it.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Have you seen the Stab fan films on YouTube?
I've not actually seen those from the
You
staff.
should watch
From the
those.
channel. Yeah, I need to watch those. I know Jack. No, he did a Scream fan film. No, I haven't watched the stab ones. No,
Should,
they pretty funny.
you have a Scream channel.
Yeah, I know. I just
Where are
never
the watch
watched them.
parties, man?
It's
They're
maybe
on
that's what I should
YouTube.
do. That's on the stab channel, actual stab channel.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, Animal Comes Home was great. I like the animal movies.
yeah.
But yeah. If you guys love The Conjuring, I am so in the minority with this one. I recognize that I am the weirdo here, not you. So you just keep loving them. I think Craven should check them out. I think he'd probably love them.
Yeah, I'm gonna check them out.
All right. Wayne's favorite Blu-rays is the 15th anniversary of The Frightening, the Omen movies box set. I got that. Phantasm, Friday the 13th movies on DVD, all the Scream movies on Blu-ray, and Halloween's except for the new trilogy. Alrighty, well,
Wow.
you are probably very. Do you have a favorite physical media?
Probably my 4K Steelbook Scream one that came
Very
out last year.
nice.
I
I
do like
have
that.
the 2 one that has Scream 1 and Scream 5.
Oh, okay.
But I want to get the Steelbook for Scream 2 that they released last year. I haven't gotten that yet.
No, haven't either. I need to, but that just to have it part of the collection.
You know what I
Yeah.
did just get though for Christmas? I
What's
got
that?
4K releases of the first 3 Child's Play movies.
Oh, I know that made you happy. That's
I
your
was so
jam.
happy. But now I'm a little frustrated because I have to have my box set because that's what my Bride of Chucky is on. And my Curse of Chucky. So hopefully they release those in 4K here soon too.
I bet they will.
I hope
Yep.
so. And Brandon wants you to do an Exorcist watch party.
Oh gosh.
Ghostface in space.
No,
It
no,
writes
no.
itself. Okay, here. Before I
Oh
let
no.
you go, check this
Yeah.
out though. The
Okay.
one we need to see go to space.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'm in.
The movie is
I'm
called
in.
Houston, We Have a Problem.
Gosh.
Come on, it writes itself.
Oh, used to have a problem. That's funny.
It
I'm
writes
down.
itself.
I'm down.
I need
But
it. Chop Top in space. Leatherface, it
Gosh.
would have to be kind of in the vein of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Like kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Chainsaw
sure.
fight on the moon? Why
Dude.
am I not in Hollywood? Why?
That's the question I have. I mean, this needs to happen. Like, we need to get you relocated, meet some people, get some connections,
Mm-hmm.
get in there, studio head, and then you run a studio. And you hire the people that know what they're
My
doing and let them
cousin
do
wrote a
it.
Leatherface movie. The
There
movie
you
didn't
go.
have space in it.
Oh gosh. Tell them to rewrite that sucker.
Seriously. Missed opportunity there.
Total missed opportunity. Oh man. Oh
All
my
right,
gosh.
Craven, let them know
Yep.
what you are doing on your channel because you're always doing like 1,001 things. So let them know what they can expect here in the near future over on Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time.
All the time. Yes, I love it. So, the newest things coming up, I've got yours truly here, Miss Gory B, joining me along with Sledgehammer Horror. I like Scary, Brandon, Knight from the Night Watch Zone, and Eric from Beard Entertainment are all joining me Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. Central Time on my channel as we talk about our most favorite and least favorite horror movies of 2022. So it's a look back on the year. Like tonight, we looked forward, we looked ahead. Saturday night, we're looking backwards
Looking
and on
back.
the previous, taking it all in, absorbing it, and so we're gonna have a great time. That's Saturday night,
I'm
so do
excited.
not miss it.
We always have fun when we hang out together. Wayne
Yes.
Turner mentioned that they love horror books. Check out Dustin McNeil's books. He's done extensive books on the Phantasm franchise. He did one called Reign of Chucky, which is on all the Chucky movies.
Okay.
He's done ones on the Halloween movies. You gotta check out that guy. Craven, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you guys in the chat.
Yeah.
I had a good time. I looking forward to hanging out with you over on your channel this
Can't wait.
weekend.
Cannot wait.
And the
Thank you
next
for the
stream
invite.
on this channel will be, ooh, I have a new morning show. This
Oh.
Saturday, Witch's Brew, Coffee with Gory. So, 11:30 my time. I think
Okay.
that's like 1:30 your time.
Let's see. You're 2 hours. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. It'd be 1:30. Yeah, it would be. It'd be 1:30. Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. Congrats on
Yeah,
trying out some new stuff.
I'm
New
trying. I'm not much of a
Yeah.
morning person, but it's convenient because, it's like
Yeah.
not morning for anybody but me. So,
That's right. You'll be the one that sacrifices so everyone else can attend in the
yes.
afternoon.
Everyone's like, why is this called, the morning show? It's the
Yeah.
morning show. It's
It's
before noon, guys.
exactly.
Anyway, I will see you guys next on Saturday in the morning over
Sweet.
on my channel, in the evening over on Craven's channel. Don't miss it. It's going to be a really good time. And until we
Yes.
meet again, blessed be.